And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looks, fires the slant pattern, complete. Jason Swain breaks a tackle.
It's time to kick off 3 hours of fair and honest discussions that go beyond the headlines of today's sports teams. From the Budweiser studios of 99.1, The Sports Animal. Here's a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports.
Touchdown, Tennessee! Jason Swain!
Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Monday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours on a beautiful day here in East Tennessee. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a fun time the last few days and are off to a great start this week. We invite you to join us as we get things started on today's show. You can call or text at 865-656-9900. That's how you can be a part of the show. Share your thoughts. Ask your questions, whichever side you might be on there. Anything Tennessee related or across the sports world. A lot of different sports. Postseasons are happening right now. We'll get to that on today's show. Here until 3 o'clock, Jason Swain is here, a VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. We have the Orange Dog hanging out in studio with us today. Jason Swain, how are you?
I'm good, man. My pulled pork didn't turn out the way I thought it would be. It's weird because I did everything I normally do.
Chewy in a couple spots?
No, very, very, very tender.
Okay.
I mean, smoked it a long time. But just, I don't know, man, it just didn't hit the same way. I mean, the rub was applied properly. The binder was applied properly. The hickory wood smoke was flowing. I mean, all the techniques that were used in the past, I used it this weekend. Just something wasn't right about it, man. Don't know what it was though. It's weird.
You just found different ways for it to not work out?
I just didn't taste the same. That's
okay.
All. Just didn't taste the same.
Well, this Tennessee baseball season doesn't feel the same as the last few.
It's definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because, like, the records at this point of the season for this year's team is not too far off from last year's team that went on to win a championship. But the eye test is the eye test. You can't ignore what you see.
Yeah, I mean, it's been more than a month now since Tennessee won an SEC series.
It's been that long?
Yep.
You sure? You sure it's been that long? I mean, it felt like it was yesterday. It wasn't yesterday.
No, time has a funny way of moving forward quickly.
Yeah, it wasn't yesterday.
No.
It's been a while.
Tennessee took game one on Thursday.
You try to guilt trip me. You try to guilt trip me for being at a 6.5 confidence level for the series if Tennessee gets to the game one. And I didn't fall for it. I almost fell for your tricks. I did not think that Tennessee would lose with Liam Doyle pitching after getting a win from Marcus Phillips. I just did not think that at all. But that was the case.
Do you think if you had been more optimistic on Friday that the result could have been different Friday night or Saturday?
I don't think it matters, Josh. I didn't pitch. I didn't hit. I didn't have fielded errors. I didn't make any decisions. Nope. All I know is I was sitting there like a good fan, had my Tennessee orange on. I was watching the game. I didn't like the results. So you know what I did?
Did you tend to your lawn?
I did what any Tennessee fan would do. Watch the Lady Vols, baby.
As they advance to the Super Regional, they will get ready to host Nebraska. And this Tennessee softball team has a great chance to get to another College World Series.
You know what I say about women, man? They have your back. They have your back because the guys, we went up there to Ohio State and got smacked in football. But you know what the Lady Vols did in basketball? They said, "Don't worry, we got you." We went up there. They went up there, and they got revenge. They got revenge for us. Beat the girls' basketball team on their home court. We was up by 20-something, and then they got up, and came back in the game, had their feelings all up and thinking they were going to come back and win, and we beat them. Kicked them out of the NCAA tournament.
That's right.
And then Ohio State softball team comes down here to Knoxville, and the Lady Vols got revenge again. That's the power of women, man. They got our backs. They got our backs.
When in doubt, when in a tough spot, you can count on the Lady Vols to come through.
That's right.
So would you say Tennessee has reclaimed bragging rights against Ohio State?
No, I wouldn't say all that.
Okay.
I just say we got revenge. You know, as a program, because one Tennessee and all, right?
One Tennessee.
That's still a thing?
Yep. The Lady Vols, they do have a lot to be proud of.
We still doing that, right?
Yes.
It's still one Tennessee.
Yes.
Forever and always?
Yep.
Yeah, we still doing that. So, one Tennessee, they beat us in football. We gonna get our Lady Vols on them.
This is a 14th Super Regional for the first time in Tennessee softball history, which is rich. As you know, this is the first time that they will host the Super Regional for a third consecutive year. So 20 straight years hosting a regional and third straight year to host a Super Regional. First time they've done that as a program, as the Lady Vols get ready for Nebraska and look to get back to the Women's College World Series.
Oh, I watched it, man.
What an accomplishment by Karen Weekly's team in that program.
I watched both games against Ohio State. And then, the last game where we won 5-0, I turned on TV and I see, Carolyn Pickens out there again. I'm just like, "You not tired? You gonna pitch again?" Oh yeah, she gonna pitch again. All right, shut out, shut the Buckeyes out. So watching the game, I had the biggest eye roll moment. You want to know why I had the biggest eye roll moment?
I would love to.
So I'm watching the game. I'm enjoying Tennessee beating an Ohio State sports team. And I was like, what is that? What is that on the helmets of the Ohio State players? Is that a Buckeye leaf? Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. They got Buckeye leaves on their softball helmets. So softball team, they do that too? Same thing as a football team? Did you notice that? Listen to yourselves. You wanted Tennessee to have a Nike deal, only paying $1 million a year, versus possibly getting $10 to $15 million a year. Like, listen to yourselves. And I'm a Nike guy. Like, sometimes you have to do what's best. So, I think it's settled down, Josh. I haven't seen much about it since our conversations last week.
The conversation will continue. We invite you to be a part of it. 865-656-9900. If you would like to join us, you can call, you can text, as Tennessee baseball now gets ready for the SEC tournament. Coming off the series loss at Arkansas, can Tennessee get things jump-started for the postseason in the SEC tournament? We'll discuss the Lady Vols advancing to another super regional. So their success continues with Nebraska coming into town next for a best-of-3 series to go to the College World Series. We'll talk Tennessee, SEC, and college football. Have they got everything figured out with the playoff and the House settlement and NIL? Everything's good now, right?
Sounds like they're getting closer, Josh.
Okay, getting closer.
Yeah,
We'll knock on the door, see if anybody answers this afternoon. We'll answer your calls and texts along the way as well. We're here until 3 o'clock today. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. We continue on Josh and Swain.
Never miss a second of sports. Download the updated Sports Animal app right now.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gates. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, and they'll bring it to life, offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, and wood fencing. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
This spring, if you're looking for jewelry to celebrate a special occasion or just to enhance that new Easter dress, then look no further than TK Wheeler Jewelers. He's got everything to celebrate special moments or just to zhuzh up your wardrobe. One thing I am obsessed with right now are gold bangle bracelets. You can wear them with anything and they're timeless. And unlike that jewelry you might find online, these pieces from TK Wheeler Jewelers won't tarnish over time. TK Wheeler also has beautiful multicolored gemstone pieces in gorgeous pastel pinks, blues, yellows, and greens, in bracelets, rings, pendant necklaces, and even beautiful dangling earrings. Those precious stones are perfect for spring. TK Wheeler Jewelers is located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge, right there next to the Outback Steakhouse. You're going to love your shopping experience. There's over $2.5 million worth of inventory, a friendly staff to help, and you always get more bling for your buck. When you're shopping for jewelry, shop at TK Wheeler Jewelers.
Golf season is here, and an eagle awaits you at Sevierville Golf Club. The very best golf in the beautiful Smoky Mountains is ready for you. 2 18-hole championship courses with breathtaking views, unique layouts, and pristine enough to be named the best maintained public golf course in all of Tennessee. All of this makes for a round of golf you won't soon forget. So challenge your game with all the elements of rolling hills, water, sand, and quick greens. Visit SeviervilleGolfClub.com to book your tee time or to learn more about memberships. Sevierville Golf Club, an eagle awaits you.
Craving the best lobster rolls this side of the Northeast? We've got you covered. Hey, it's Josh from Pinchy's Lobster and Raw Bar in Sevierville, where the seafood is fresh, the cocktails are bright, and the vibes are always on point. With spring finally here, our outdoor stage is ready to bring you live music all season long. Grab your crew and swing through for our New England-inspired menu, alfresco dining, and all of your sushi and raw bar needs. You can check us out at our website, pinchieslobsterandrawbar.com, or check us out in historic downtown Sevierville. Pinchy's Lobster and Raw Bar. We'll see you at the Pinch.
Ready for a getaway that's big on fun and easy to reach? St. Louis is calling. From Cardinals baseball and the Gateway Arch to world-class museums, barbecue, and blues, St. Louis has something for everyone. Now you can fly nonstop from Knoxville to St. Louis Mid-America and be in the heart of the action. Fast, easy, and hassle-free. For more information, visit flyknoxville.com. Join Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary celebration. This May, enjoy $20 off a 7-day dumpster rental. Do it yourself and take your time. Locally owned and operated, Junk Be Gone has proudly been the #1 junk removal company for the past 2 decades. Give them a buzz today to book a free estimate or call for full service. Just point and they'll do all the heavy lifting. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for the past 20 years.
When there's stuff that you want gone, give a buzz to Junk Be Gone.
Seems like everything has to be smart these days. Smart watches, smart TVs, smart cars.
And smart Alex.
Definitely. The smartest thing you can do is add smart home technology with seamless convenience. At Scott with his security technology, we offer state-of-the-art automation systems with locks, lighting, thermostats, and more. Imagine having full control of your home from a single app. Contact his security technology at 865-474-9495 or hissecurity.com. Family owned and operated, free consultations, and no contracts ever.
Fair, honest sports conversation from 2 guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Swain, why was the broom late? Why was the broom late?
He got mopped up in traffic.
That's not bad. It overswept.
Ah.
It overswept is what we're looking for.
Should have set an alarm, I guess.
Is that another sign of how the weekend went for the Tennessee baseball team? We've had multiple dad jokes already sent in, trying to lift the mood, lift Swain's spirits after this past weekend.
I'm good, man. Just some grown-up stuff this weekend. I'm good. You know I did some yard work.
Didn't even have to ask.
You know I did that, so hey, I'm good, man. Did some grown-up stuff, so I'm okay. I'm all right. Got Hoover coming up. It ain't over until it's over.
That's right. The college baseball world is a funny one. Ole Miss was fortunate to get in to the NCAA tournament.
Yep.
And then won the national championship.
They sure did.
Just a few years ago.
Yes, they sure did. They sure did. I don't know if that's going to happen, Josh. You don't feel like it?
Well, I wouldn't bet on it, but I wouldn't have bet on it. I didn't bet on it with Ole Miss.
But anything can happen. But, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah. Right now we're just looking at projections. Projections are not going to be totally correct, but a projection right now would have Tennessee going to Atlanta to take on Georgia Tech. Could Tennessee go win that regional? Sure it could.
Yeah.
And then if that happens, then you need to win a best 2 of 3 in the super regional round, which has been tough recently, but you're going up against the toughest competition and trying to do that
every week
in the SEC.
Yeah, every week.
So I would say odds are against Tennessee, but the odds are not out on Tennessee. The D1 baseball ranking updated today has Tennessee at number 21.
21. Ooh, it's been a consistent slow slide from the top. Not one of those Dollywood slides, like more like the like Chuck E. Cheese slides. Just nice and slow and consistent. Dollywood slides is like straight down, straight to the bottom, like going from basically Texas A&M. That's what they did.
Yep.
Being number one and then being unranked like a week or two later. Ours has been like a slow slide.
A&M was like, the ride at Dollywood, it's the one where you go straight up and then they release and you just drop straight down.
I heard about it, but I don't do rides, so
okay.
I'll take your word for it. Yes, I've heard of it. I think I've seen it too.
Yeah, it's I haven't ridden it, but I've watched it, and it's a sight.
Yeah, I'm sure. That was Texas A&M. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. A plummet.
Yeah. Ours just slow slide.
I think it's the newest ride, though, Big Bear Mountain. I think that's my favorite. I like that one a lot. You just take off.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite ride.
Okay.
No, I don't think I have one. I like taking pictures of other people riding and holding the items, the souvenir items. That's kind of my job at Dollywood.
Well, my kids are still really young too. I like the acorns. That's a fun one. The elephants where you're just spinning around, and the frog.
Yeah.
Those are good rides too.
Yeah. Nice and slow.
Yeah, for sure.
Tennessee slide has been just, nice and slow. But hey, man.
But hey, Dollywood Splash Country, there's still a chance to make a splash in the postseason. Correct. That opportunity is still there for Tennessee baseball.
Correct.
Tennessee softball, they're making a splash. They're on to the Super Regional.
They're splashing all over the place right now. Man. They're having a good time. So, what they've been able to do over the last decade or two, it's been unreal. So, that's where I'm going to get my positive energy from. That's what I did over the weekend. I'm not giving up on the boys, though. I'm not. But I will say, when Doyle has been carving up the whole league all year long, and then the one time you put him on Saturday, and then he has one of his worst outings of the year, and then you lose. It's like, what? You just can't win, man. You just can't win, it feels like.
It has felt like that for the last several weeks for Tennessee baseball. And there have been different times where you probably thought, okay, well, this will be the shot. I think the Auburn weekend thought was, okay, let's get back to it. You have the weather mess, schedules thrown off. But even that one, they went into Game 3 thinking, okay, let's finish off the Sunday on a positive note.
Yeah, you're at home.
And that didn't happen.
No reason to believe that you're not going to win at home. And, this has not been a kind homestand for us this year.
Right. Another big topic that has really ramped up the last few weeks, and I think will carry us through the summer of what we talk about the most, that will be Tennessee's quarterback position. Would you agree with that? That'll be a big topic between now and the start of the football season?
Yes.
Well, ESPN.com, as it's looking ahead to the start of the season, today put out its quarterback tiers. David Hell ranked all 136 FBS quarterback situations by tiers ahead of the 2025 season. Tier 1 is top of the class. You could probably guess some of the teams that are in there.
Texas.
And by the way, this looks at the quarterback room. It's not ranking starters. It's quarterback quarterback groups.
Oregon up there, pretty high.
By the way, it's Tier 1A and Tier 1B, so he did break up top of the class. Texas is in Tier 1B. With the Arch Manning, they still has to prove it part of it. Mm-hmm. Also, Tier 1B, Florida with DJ Lagway and Harrison Bailey.
Stop playing with me, Josh.
I'm reading off what's written. And then Miami, Carson Beck and Emory Williams. So,
Josh.
What?
Really? Tier 1B?
Tier 1B.
Harrison Bailey and Lagway?
DJ Lagway.
All right, continue.
Back to Tier 1, the top of the class. Clemson, LSU, Oklahoma, Penn State.
We still on Tier 1?
Still Tier 1, yeah.
Oh, man, I thought we moved on. Oh, okay.
And South Carolina. Clemson, LSU, Oklahoma, Penn State, South Carolina.
This Tier 1B? You sure? Who's Tier 1A?
That is 1A. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't put an A next to it, but that's Tier 1 and then 1B.
Wait, Oklahoma's Tier 1A now?
Top 5. Top 5. As he wrote about John Mateer, 14 players posted a line of 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, 9 yards per pass, and no more than 10 turnovers. That group includes 13 players selected in the first 15 picks of the draft, 6 Heisman winners, and 8 more finalists. John Mateer missed that club by only 36 yards last year. His 53 broken or evaded tackles last season topped all FBS quarterbacks. No quarterback who averaged at least 9 air yards per throw had a lower rate of off-target throws than Mateer. He is a true dual-threat guy. He is now at Oklahoma. So Oklahoma's combination of John Mateer, Michael Hawkins Jr., Whit Neubauer puts them Tier 1.
Okay, I forgot about Hawkins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tier 2, pretty darn good, is the description of Tier 2. Arizona State, Sam Leavitt. Sawyer Robertson at Baylor. Haynes King at Georgia Tech. Iowa State, their quarterback is Rocco Becht.
I never heard of him.
Tier 3 is the buckle up category.
Buckle up. This feels steep. Feels like a steep drop here.
That's
Tier 1A, then Tier 1B, and then the next tier is buckle up.
Buckle up is Tier 3.
Wow, it's getting real quick.
An example of quarterbacks in Tier 3 buckle up, Josh Hoover at TCU, if you're familiar with his name. Darian Mensah at Duke.
He's on the buckle up list at TCU?
Yep. Talon Green at Arkansas. Miller Moss, USC transfer who went to Louisville. He is now at Louisville. Kevin Jennings at SMU.
I'm nervous about the next tier.
Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt, also in that tier.
Oh, man.
So we get to the next tier, Tier 4. Have we gotten to Tennessee yet? I'll tell you when we come back. 865-656-9900. If you would like to join the show, you can call, you can text, you can share your opinions on Tennessee's quarterback position compared to some of these other groups as we work our way through the tiers of quarterback rooms in college football. We'll work our way through the show until 3 o'clock today on Josh and Swain.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Tennessee baseball is the number 8 seed in the SEC tournament this week following the conclusion of the regular season over the weekend. The Vols will play in the second round Wednesday morning down in Hoover against the winner of tomorrow morning's game between Missouri and Alabama. First pitch for Tennessee on Wednesday is set for 10:30 a.m. Lady Vols softball advanced to the NCAA Super Regionals after sweeping the Knoxville Regional, giving up just 2 runs in 3 games over the weekend. Tennessee advances to the Super Regional to take on Nebraska in a best-of-3 series at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium this weekend. Tennessee actually lost to Nebraska 7-1 on February 6th in the season opener down in the NFCA Leadoff Classic in Florida. First pitch for Friday night is set for 7 o'clock. In golf, Scotty Scheffler won the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow this weekend after winning by 5 strokes over Harris English, Bryson DeChambeau, and Davis Riley. He shot an even par 71 in the final round to close out the tournament for his 3rd major title. I'm Joel Silverberg.
The last thing you want to deal with as a homeowner is a plumbing, HVAC, or electrical emergency. The problem is you don't know what it's going to cost or if it's going to be fixed the right way or if someone is just trying to sell you something when they do talk to you about fixing it. Well, when you call Hiller, and that's Hiller Plumbing, Cooling, and Electrical, the experts are going to solve your problems quickly. The price that you are told is the price that you'll actually pay. No hidden fees or surprises on your bill. Hiller has been in business for over 35 years. They are family-owned and operated. Their techs, professional, experienced, trustworthy, all background and drug screen. And when they're on their way, you'll receive a photo of the tech and a link to track them in real time. No more wasting time waiting around. You know exactly when they'll be at your home to put in some work. 100% satisfaction guarantee of happy you'll be, or the service is free. Book online now at happyhiller.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-2085. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-2085 or biglou.com.
Cadillac of Knoxville invites you to shop our most complete inventory of new Cadillacs in the last 5 years. Get low 2.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $2,000 competitive cash allowance on a new 2025 Cadillac Lyric. And join us on the links at the Corn Ferry Golf Tour to see our newest inventory and get free tickets when you come visit our showroom. Only at CadillacofKnoxville.com. With approved credit, see dealer for complete details. Offer ends 6/2/25.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts and automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I
I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Need a home loan to buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams, but not sure what loan option is right for you? Alcoa 10 can help. Their lending team can assist you in finding the solution that best fits your needs. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp, your personal messages stay private. So things like those selfies from last weekend's party stay between you and your bestie. Because on WhatsApp, your personal messages are yours. No one else can see or hear them, not even us. WhatsApp, message privately with everyone.
Another May day of scattered thunderstorms. Some of them could be on the stronger side between Knoxville and Chattanooga, mostly southern end of the valley. For the rest of us, scattered stuff. It's 78 for a high. Tonight, a lot quieter, down to 65, with more strong storms Tuesday evening and overnight. For the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
The Memorial Day sale is on at Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory. We're covering your sales tax, offering 0% financing, and inviting you to try every mattress in store before you buy. Take advantage of this Memorial Day sale at Brothers Bedding.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core. Honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. Quick note from Derek, VFL down in Orlando, friend of the program. He recommends adding a little fruit wood, like apple or cherry, in with his oak or hickory when he smokes pork butts with his big green egg, is what he says he uses.
Can't go wrong with a big green egg. Listen, nothing was wrong with my smoked butt. The problem is that we got our butt smoked.
Yeah.
By Arkansas. And Arkansas social media team rubbed our face in it.
Sure did.
And it was in a way that I'm not really used to seeing on social media. We're not used to seeing team sites highlight the opposing players being vulgar towards us.
Yeah, that was an interesting move.
I mean, that was I don't want to hear Arkansas fans ever call Tennessee classless, okay? I'll just say that. But that's what made the taste of the smoked butt just a little tad different this time. That's all.
Yeah, you flavored it right.
Yeah. It was fine.
You were just dealing with a different kind of taste.
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay,
but wait.
Uh-huh.
Carlin Pickens. I had to do a little audible at the line of scrimmage like Peyton Manning. Little Omaha, little chicken parmesan. Carlin.
Two-time now SEC Pitcher of the Year, Carlin Pickens.
She was dealing them up.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing about her is when, like, at every pitch, she's saying something. I don't know who she's talking to, but she's saying something to somebody. Well, maybe it's to her, but, like, she got something to say, and she's hyping herself up, and it was fun to see. So, want to make sure that I make that correction.
Yeah, no doubt. Speaking of fun, quarterback rankings during the offseason in college football. Nothing more fun than quarterback rankings. So I don't know if I read this as a straight 1 through 136, but David Hale of ESPN today put out his quarterback tiers. So a ranking of all college football quarterback rooms by tiers.
Mm-hmm.
And we finished off last segment with Tier 3 Buckle Up. Had rooms like Duke with Darian Mensah, Arkansas's Taylon Green, TCU's Josh Hoover, Vanderbilt's Diego Pavia. Tier 4 is the young pups. So young talent that will have a chance to show what it can do. Ohio State's Julian Sayin, expected to take over in Columbus. C.J. Card, the expected starter, likely starter at Notre Dame. Bryce Underwood, 5-star freshman at Michigan. And then Damon Williams Jr. at Washington. His name popped up on Twitter several weeks ago. Tier 5, the waiting is the hardest part. Georgia's Gunnar Stockton, Ole Miss Austin Simmons, Oregon with Dante Moore taking over, Alabama with Ty Simpson or Austin Mack or Keelan Russell. So that is Tier 5 of quarterback rooms in college football. Tier 6, second time's the charm. Kansas State with Avery Johnson. NC State with C.J. Bailey, who took over last year.
I feel like Shadur Sanders right now.
Marcel Reed at Texas A&M. Dylan Raiola at Nebraska.
What tier is this again?
Tier 6.
What's this tier called?
Second time's the charm. Tier 6 quarterbacks all got a healthy dose of life as QB1 last season with some mixed results, but if those growing pains as a first-time starter in 2024 translate into more refined play in 2025, each QB could easily blossom into one of the country's best. So Avery Johnson at Kansas State, Dylan Raiola at Nebraska, C.J. Bailey at NC State, Texas A&M's Marcel Reed, and UCLA's Nico Iamaleava. So UCLA is at Tier 6. Tier 7, consistently consistent. I'm not going to read them all, but Indiana with Fernando Mendoza transferring from Cal. Luke Altmaier at Illinois. BYU getting a little buzz this offseason. Chandler Morris at Virginia. Jaden Maeva at USC. Aiden Childs at Michigan State. Tier 8A, fresh starts. Veteran edition. Jackson Arnold at Auburn. Houston's Connor Wegman. Northwestern's Preston Stone.
Who was first on that tier?
Jackson Arnold at Auburn.
8A?
8B. Devin Brown at Cal. He transferred from Ohio State. Missouri's Bo Prabula from Penn State. And this one you might push back on. Steve Angeli at Syracuse. Where is Tennessee, you're asking? Tennessee is in Tier 9. It includes Colorado with Caden Salter and Julian Lewis. North Carolina with Gio Lopez, who transferred from South Alabama. Mark Gronowski at Iowa.
Well,
I paused for you. I paused for you.
One damn minute,
That
Josh
pause
Ward.
was for you.
Hold on one dang minute, Josh Ward.
These are ESPN's quarterback tiers. I paused for you.
No, sorry. No. Did you say Iowa football? And name a position on offense?
Quarterback.
In the same tier as Tennessee?
Same tier.
Continue.
So in this tier, Tier 9, which is welcome to the big leagues, Colorado with Caden Salter, transferred from Liberty.
Why are they in 9? Salter's a proven starter.
Yeah, I thought they would be higher. That's why I don't know that I view this as a complete 1 through 136 ranking. But that does fit the welcome to the big leagues category.
This is goofy. How do you have Caden Salter in the same, like Colorado in the same breath as Iowa when they brought in a blue chip quarterback? Like, how do you have Alabama where they are and Colorado where they are? Because Caden Salter is more proven than Bama's quarterback currently. And they also have a freshman quarterback coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, make it make sense. It doesn't. I know. Continue.
Gronowski, who is at Iowa, transferred from South Dakota State. Last season, 23 touchdowns, 7 picks. The season before that, 29 touchdowns, 5 picks. The season before that, 26 touchdowns, 5 picks.
I don't care where he came from, Josh.
Okay.
He has on an Iowa uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And he's playing offense. He's tainted. He should not be in any tier with anyone else. He should be on tier 10. Iowa quarterback situation should be on tier 10 by themselves.
Tennessee is ahead of Tier 10. One more try for Arizona, Mississippi State, and Virginia Tech. So, Tennessee, unfairly placed, properly placed? Can't say they're too high. What do you think? Tier 9, where Tennessee lands in ESPN's quarterback tier ranking.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue it. It's just not ideal to be in this position and to have so many folks down on the situation and the quarterback position, because usually the team goes as the quarterback goes. And even if you're good, without good quarterback play, you're not going to reach heights that you set out to reach at the beginning of the season. So I just hope that Joe Aguilar and whoever plays quarterback proves other players, prove everybody else wrong. And I understand how important rest is and a break, a vacation. Like, I get it. But this is the wrong time and the wrong year for guys to be going home and going on vacation. Like, if anything, it's time to sacrifice, stay on campus, and work with the chemistry with your quarterback. But there are a lot of young players, playing. And as you get older, just like I did, you understand that you got a year, 2 years, 3 years to sacrifice to do something that you've never been able to do before and have what you've never been able to have before. As a freshman, you don't really understand that sometimes. You get homesick, you want to go back home, but then you go home and you realize there's no one doing what you are trying to do. And so you realize, I need to be around the folks that are like-minded. They're trying to do the same things I'm doing. But, everyone has to run their own race and figure that out themselves. But I just imagine, man, this is the most important time for guys to be working with the quarterback. It's good that Joey Aguilar is here, but you need everybody else here too. Like, everybody need to be here. Well, when you're talking about catching the ball from Joey Aguilar. But, again, everyone has to run their own race.
Yep. Sounds like most of the guys are away with the plans to come back this weekend. It'll be Memorial Day weekend. They have the 865 Live that will be taking place with the recruiting, and then have the whole team in place by the start of next week, I would imagine. And they begin or continue their work depending on which aspect. But with Joey Aguilar, really begin.
You're always proving somebody right or wrong. The naysayers, the doubters, or the people that believe in you. And if you don't think that you're not proving doubters or believers right or wrong, well, you're still proving something to yourself. So you're always proving something, and this is the time to prove a lot of people wrong that look at the quarterback position and feel like Tennessee's going to take a huge drop, or Josh Heupel has built up enough equity with the success he's had and where Tennessee is now versus where they were before he got here, that people believe that he's going to figure it out and he's going to get the best out of Joey Aguilar, just like he was able to turn around Joe Milton's career and Hendon Hooker's career. So Josh Heupel will either have to prove people right or prove people wrong.
Jay in the text box, I think using the word tier is misleading. The names of the groups that have the teams for their quarterback, I think, is fairly accurate. I think that's right. It's probably a mix, realistically. It's close to where they would be ranked, but I don't know that it's exact.
Yeah, it was weird because, like, you look at Alabama and where they are on their tier, and I'm sorry, I don't see much difference between their quarterback position versus Colorado's quarterback position.
Alabama tier 5, the waiting is the hardest part. Ty Simpson, Austin Mack, and Keelan Russell, along with Georgia, Ole Miss, and Oregon. Tennessee in tier 9, welcome to the big league. So it is all quarterbacks jumping up from group of 5 level to now Power Conference play. That includes Joey Aguilar joining Merklinger and George McIntyre at Tennessee. We'll continue the show. If you'd like to join us, call or text 865-656-9900. Jason Swain's here. I'm Josh Ward. This is Josh and Swain.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal proves it. Always on, always free.
Hey, baseball fans! We've teamed up with our friends at Dickens Turf and Landscape to hook you up with a commemorative, one-of-a-kind special edition Tennessee Vols 2024 National Championship Baseball, signed by head coach Tony Vitello. For the month of May, come out to any Sports Animal remote broadcast to enter to win. One winner will be selected at the conclusion of each week. Good luck and go Baseballs from Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply and your flagship station for Tennessee Vols baseball. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Windrock Tales from the Trail. There I was, looking up at this seemingly insurmountable path forward. As I hopped out of the side-by-side to assess the challenge the Trail 16 posed, my heart raced as I looked for the proper line to take on this double black diamond beast of a trail. A voice in the back of my head whispered, "Let's send it." Windrock Park has over 300 miles of trails for you to experience ultimate adrenaline. Head to windrockpark.com to plan your adventure today.
From the steps of the Lincoln Memorial to the buzz on Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C. is where history lives and the future happens. And now getting there is easier than ever. With more low-fare flights, there are more reasons to go. Whether it's monuments, museums, or meeting on the move, enjoy all Washington, D.C. has to offer. Visit flyknoxville.com for more information.
Three Ridges is one of Knoxville's premier public golf courses. It challenges all ages. It challenges all skill levels. It's set in the shadows of the Great Smoky Mountains. Three Ridges has hosted many top-tier golf tournaments. That includes the Knoxville Open. They've also had many Tour Pro events and several state amateur outings. Three Ridges has been named one of Golf Digest's best courses to play. To find out more, you can visit them at knoxcounty.org or go to 865-687-4797.
Why is it so stuffy in here? Don't tell me the AC's broken again. No matter the season, a broken air conditioner or HVAC system is a nightmare. And with warm weather here to stay, it's more important than ever to keep you and your family comfortable and safe before summer's heat arrives. If you need emergency HVAC repairs, routine preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month, get up to a $1,000 discount when you buy and install a new air conditioner or HVAC system. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards, so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed, where the visit is free.
Just in time to kick off summer, join the Eric Ains Show live at Waterworks Pool and Spa in Oak Ridge Thursday from 9 to noon. Check out the latest in above-ground pools, liners, pool toys, and chemicals. Waterworks Pool and Spa in Oak Ridge.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him, but nothing prepared him for the fight against ED. Shame practically hunched him over. Online pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Men's Pro Knoxville said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Men's Pro Knoxville was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With AD and performance treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Let time slip away. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com. Your consultation includes blood work with results before you leave. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
This Friday at 9 a.m., head to 991thesportsanimal.com and grab 2 unlimited ride passes for just $49.99 to attractions at the Island in Pigeon Forge. The Island, your destination to eat, shop, play, and stay in the heart of Pigeon Forge.
I'm Michael Jenkins here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Tonight we're going to San Francisco and taking the Giants on the money line against the Royals. It is good pitcher versus great pitcher. Chris Bubich is on the mound for Kansas City. For the Giants, it'll be Robbie Ray, who's become a walking win through the first 2 months of the season. He's 6-0 with a 3.04 ERA, and the Giants are 9-0 in games he pitches, so it's free money. Giants on the money line tonight. I'm Michael Jenkins from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books, and download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. We were talking about ESPN's quarterback tier rankings. We were asked again, where is Nico and UCLA? Tier 6 is where UCLA is. Again, I'm not sure it's a 1 through 136 ranking. It's an idea, but there are groupings. So Tennessee was in the, okay, now you have to step up and prove it tier of tier 9. Tier 6, second time's the charm. So second-year starters, or at least second year being to take over, as Marcel Reed was part-time last year. He took over for Connor Wegman. C.J. Bailey, the same at NC State. But Nico, Dylan Raiola at Nebraska, and Avery Johnson at Kansas State, ahead of Tennessee at Tier 9.
Ahead of Tennessee, or just a different situation?
Well, it's difficult to say that Tier 6 is not ahead of Tier 9. If it was Tier 6 and Tier 7, I think we would say, it's a matter of placement.
But
based on title.
But it's supposed to be quarterback situations, quarterback rooms. How is UCLA's quarterback room that much better than Tennessee's?
Well,
because you got a little brother that ain't played, and you got a big brother,
right,
that started a year in SEC and had a stronger finish than a start, but like he has not played up to his capabilities and the hype and everything that was invested in him.
Well, this is my sense of it.
And don't get me started on the rest of the roster and the coach. That factors into it too.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Quarterback can't play by himself, can he? He needs offensive line, he needs receivers, he needs running backs, and needs a coach that's going to put him in position to be successful. You got a first-year offensive coordinator,
right,
Tino Cesare,
right,
who, he did a pretty good job as a quarterback coach at Indiana and co-offense coordinator, but this is his first time having his own show.
Josh Heupel's track record is obviously much better.
So to just say that UCLA's quarterback situation is better than Tennessee, I don't know. I'm not willing to say that.
Maybe not. They're both in situations where the incoming guy, assuming Joey starts at Tennessee, because Nico's starting at UCLA, we know that, they both have to get things figured out within the offense, learn their teammates, all of that in 3.5 months.
Yes.
Is a quick turnaround for each player.
Yeah. Big time. And the quarterback.
Lance says wide receivers. He needs wide receivers.
What about wide receivers?
No, just
he needs them.
Every quarterback needs them, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can't throw to just tight ends and running backs unless you're Tom Brady playing for the Patriots.
Yep. James White and Gronk. That's all we need.
All day.
Edelman over the middle.
You can be down by, 28 points and 25 points and still come back and win. on the biggest stage.
That really was quite a comeback.
Just tight ends and running backs, baby. That's all you need.
While Falcons players on the other sideline said, yeah, we're up by 25, but they got Brady. So we know what tier he's on. We'll come back. 2 hours to go on today's show. We'll talk more quarterback play. We'll talk about what happened this past weekend. A lot to discuss. Join us at 865-656-9900 on Josh and Swain.
Want to create a beautiful outdoor space? Call Tennessee Deck and Fence. We're your local deck and fence experts. We offer a no-pressure approach so you can relax as our team works with you to design a deck or fence that perfectly suits your needs and style. We use only the highest quality materials and expert craftsmanship to ensure a long-lasting, beautiful product. Call us today, 865-304-0955, or you can visit TennesseeDeckandFence.com for a free consultation. Let's create a backyard you're going to love.
O'Reilly. You need parts? We got parts. Product availability? Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for $10 more, or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Discover Graysburg Hills Golf Course, nestled in the scenic East Tennessee foothills. Rated 4.5 stars by Golf Digest magazine, Graysburg Hills is renowned for its exceptional greens, fairways, and friendly atmosphere. Featuring 27 holes designed by top golf architects. Our course boasts bent grass greens, Riviera Bermuda grass fairways, and challenging water hazards. Conveniently located just 5 miles from exit 44 on I-81, Graysburg Hills Golf Course is your destination for an unforgettable golf experience. Book your tee time today at GraysburgHillsGolf.com.
Windrock Tales from the Trail. There I was, looking up at this seemingly insurmountable path forward. As I hopped out of the side-by-side to assess the challenge the Trail 16 posed, my heart raced as I looked for the proper line to take on this double black diamond beast of a trail. A voice in the back of my head whispered, "Let's send it." Windrock Park has over 300 miles of trails for you to experience ultimate adrenaline. Head to windrockpark.com to plan your adventure today.
Join Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary celebration. This May, enjoy $20 off a 7-day dumpster rental. Do it yourself and take your time. Locally owned and operated, Junk Be Gone has proudly been the #1 junk removal company for the past 2 decades. Give them a buzz today to book a free estimate or call for full service. Just point and they'll do all the heavy lifting. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for the past 20 years.
When there's stuff that you want gone, give a buzz to Junk Be Gone.
In life's special moments, it's the little things that mean the most. Show your appreciation with a gift from Old South Candy. Whether it's for the teacher who inspired you, the graduate stepping into their future, or simply because you deserve a sweet escape. Our handcrafted candies and fudge are made with love. Each bite is a reminder of the joy and gratitude we share. Visit Old South Candy today in the Food City Shopping Center in Halls or oldsouthcandy.com and let your heart speak through sweetness. Old South Candy, sweeten your moments.
Spring weather is finally here, and now you're ready to get outside and enjoy your lawn. That means it's time to go see the guys at Dickens Supply and get your fertilizer or check out their new zero-turn lawnmowers. With 3 locations in East Tennessee, Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply is the go-to for landscape supplies and equipment. With brands like Toro, Exmark, Ferris, and Wright, we have the equipment you need. See us soon at one of our convenient locations located in Knoxville, Maryville, and Powell, or check us out online at DickensSupply.com.
From the Budweiser Studios, this is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on 99.1 thesportsanimal.com and on the Sports Animal app. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Maggie Gray with a Sports Minute sponsored by Napa, the pros that know AC parts inside and out. We got another flashpoint in the Caitlin Clark-Angel Reese rivalry over the weekend. Clark had a hard foul on Reese, which she called just a basketball play. Reese didn't see it that way and went straight at Clark. This thing started with March Madness stakes. Now it's early season fireworks, but do we need bigger games to keep it real, or is the rivalry the show, no matter the score? I'm Maggie Gray.
At Napa, we are the pros that know AC services inside and out. From professional-grade replacement parts to complete system solutions, Napa has what your business needs to keep your customers cool mile after mile. Need AC repair kits and refrigerant? How about compressors and condensers? Name the part, Napa has you covered coast to coast, behind a nationwide network built to keep your business ahead of the curve. Find your AC parts right now at Napa.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome into hour number 2 of Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us on this Monday afternoon. Tennessee softball on to the Super Regional. Tennessee baseball getting ready for the start of the SEC tournament in Hoover. And we continue moving forward with the college football offseason, everything else going on in the sports world. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver, well-known golf analyst. You did it again, Swain. You picked another major champion. Scotty Scheffler wins.
Scotty. Just roll Scotty, man.
I didn't even have to ask. I just
5 strokes.
I wondered on Friday afternoon, hey, wait, Scotty was your pick, right? And you said, yeah. And what do you know? He came back and won.
That's right.
That's what he does. Scotty Scheffler, inevitable.
You was happy when he was down. You was happy.
Sure.
I saw it in your face. You was happy because you didn't want me to have the satisfaction of being right because I'm not serious about golf like you are.
Not true. Not true. Here on Josh and Swain, our show claims another correct pick.
Oh, okay.
Of a major champion. By the way, my pick was Bryson DeChambeau.
Where was he?
He finished tied for second.
Oh, he wasn't first, though.
Our picks were first and second.
Yes, right. I'm sorry.
Our picks were first and second.
I'm sorry, man. I was only
at the
child.
PGA Championship.
I'm trying to do better about sharing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. But yeah, man. Hey. The comeback for Scotty. This time last year, man, he was treated like a piece of scum, man. After what happened in Louisville, arrested. This year, best golfer in the world. Comparisons to Jack Nicholson and Tiger Woods. And dude is humble, too, man. It's really easy to like.
He's awesome.
Really easy to like.
He had the dad moves on full display, carrying the little one in to sign a scorecard. Had to sit his child down and needed to fill a couple of minutes. We've always been there, right?
That's right.
And he put down his hat and had a paper to play with for a couple of minutes so he could fill it out and get out of there. He was elite dadding as well. The Nike ad, best player in the world, guilty. That's well done.
It's pretty good, Nike. Pretty good. I don't have anything else to say. Just good job, Nike. They do a good job for the most part, things like that.
They do a very good job.
Yeah, for the most part.
There was the Jordan ad that I loved with Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yeah.
After the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Jordan don't miss. They don't miss, Josh, when it comes to that. But yeah, that was a big time win for Nike for sure.
We got to ask this question. This goes back to the offseason training we were talking about this week. Number of players are away from Tennessee's team. Will be back in a few days, as we were talking about quarterback position and time to get to work with Joey Aguilar on campus. He arrived last Monday. D texted in and said, I know it's not the pros, but Peyton Manning would always have his wide receivers meet in Louisiana or Denver to get comfortable throwing and catching with him. Guys are being paid in college. Should they be held to that kind of standard of meeting up, getting time in together away from practice fields if needed, just making sure they're getting that time in together no matter what? What do you think?
Man, you got to have some time off, right? You have to offer the chance for guys to take some time off.
You do. And also pointing out different locations here on some occasions, professionals might hold homes in different cities.
Yeah.
Everyone in this team's home is Knoxville. They're getting back to where they're from, maybe for a few days, but they all reside. So during the off season, they all reside in Knoxville. They're not leaving town during the off season, besides a getaway for a week or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
but in terms of in Knoxville, yes, you hold that standard for them that they're getting together, and you've talked about that a lot.
It's hard. Like it's a full-time job. I get it; they're getting paid, so there's going to be people who say, "Who cares?" But the emotional, the mental, the physical toll that spring training can have on you. You need a couple days. You need a little bit of a reset, because when you get back, it's the most grueling part of, in my opinion, the 4 seasons. The spring, the summer, the fall, the winter. I break them up in 4 different seasons. The summer season is brutal because it is designed to prepare you for the regular season. And it's not for the faint of heart at all. So those couple days to kind of reset, go home, get a reminder of your reason why. And, again, these are some young players on this team that's going to be starting for the first time and be put in key roles for the first time. I can't be a hypocrite because I went home after my freshman year. But that was the last time I went home because I realized the people that I hung out with in high school, they're losers now. I'm sorry, there's no other way to say it. What are y'all doing, man? What are y'all doing? I can't be hanging out with y'all. Get in trouble. So I'm going back to work. I'm going back to Knoxville. I can't do this next year, and so I didn't. Yeah, but not everybody is
right.
Have that experience. So I got to respect that.
Yeah, Tennessee's also in a very unique situation, which everyone recognizes. Typically, you don't have a new either starter or guy competing to be the starter arrive and become your teammate in mid-May.
Yeah, but that's every reason to
right. Those are the reasons where you say, okay, you had planned to be away for a week, maybe you're taking 2 or 3 days and you come back early.
But you know what I learned about not going home? I learned that from guys that were older than me. It was guys that probably was too far away to go home, but I got that idea of not going home from guys older than me. But look at some of these rooms. Who Mike Matthews getting information from? Getting advice from? who's older than him? Nobody. Because everybody's young. Everyone's unproven. So now he's working. I did see an Instagram post. He put in some work getting it in. But, like, he lives so close that I would have been here. I'd go home on the weekends. Atlanta, that's 3 hours. That was a mistake I made as a freshman. Like, I went home and I lived 3 hours away. I can go home on the weekends. I don't need 2-3 weeks at home. That's way too much time. 48 hours is plenty. But you have to go through that to learn that, and I think that's what some of these young guys are doing.
Yeah, there's no Tony Brown. That was a veteran guy for you.
No.
In the wide receiver room.
Yeah.
Casey, obviously, when you arrived as a freshman, was a leader of the team and obviously the offense.
I can't blame any freshman for going home the first real break they have, because this team went to a postseason game. So there was like a little break, but not a real break. Like, this is the first real break. And so you take it, and then you realize, like, oh, man, it really wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it.
And I'm sure nobody actually wants to hear this now, but in terms of Mike Matthews' mindset, he did go out to California to work out with Nico during December. So from Mike Matthews' standpoint, that is worth noting. He took the time to go out to the other side of the country.
100%. So I just think for receivers, as much time you can spend with the guy who controls how much you get the ball, if you can spend as much time with them as possible, do it. That's a lesson I learned.
This is a classic. You could argue it's the number one. Do you know when a joke becomes a dad joke?
When it's apparent.
When it becomes apparent. Richard in Gulfport.
Richard with the classic today.
It's a classic.
It is a classic.
Love classic movies. Classic music.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, we grew up with items that are categorized there now, and love classic dad jokes.
You gotta remind yourself that the classic ones are the best ones. You can always get a good laugh out of it.
I think this is close to that, too. Can be worded a couple of different ways. Why was the Scarecrow so beloved by his employer?
Why is that?
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Yeah, that's good.
It's classic, too. That's from Evan, who also texted in. He's laying some blame on the Orange Dog for Tennessee's baseball series loss this past weekend.
No, that's not the way it works.
Laying blame.
The Orange Dog is positivity. The Orange Dog doesn't bring results. That's not what the Orange Dog is here for.
Because no matter how good you are, what kind of success you have experienced, you will still hit adversity. You will hit tough times.
Yeah.
You have to keep the optimistic mind as you battle through.
Yes. That's what the Orange Dog is here for, to look at it and think about the positives.
You tell yourself you will persevere.
Yes.
You will not quit.
Yes.
You will get the job done.
Yes. You will watch Nate Ament this year play basketball for Tennessee.
We've had a couple of Nate Ament texts today already as well. So, multiple options. What can you do if you are down and looking for optimism? You can look to the Orange Dog.
Look to the Orange Dog.
Who we have here in the Josh and Swain studio.
Yeah.
You can look to YouTube and watch Nate Ament highlights.
Exactly.
You can enjoy highlights of Tennessee players who got the job done for you. You can pull up highlights of last year's run. You can pull up highlights from winning at Clemson and Southern Miss 2 years ago. Tennessee had to go on the road 2 years ago.
I was watching Carlin Pickens.
There you go.
Pitch this weekend.
That
was me.
All is not down right now.
Looking to the Orange Dog.
Miko says, call the new Orange Dog Nancy, since everyone wants to be so negative. An ironic name for the positive Orange Dog?
Very, very ironic.
All right, we'll continue. 865-656-9900. If you would like to be a part of the show, we appreciate all the interaction so far. A look at Tennessee's opponents this upcoming 25 season, how they are viewed compared to Tennessee with post-spring way too early, top 25 talk. We'll continue the conversation, inviting you to be a part of it right here on Josh and Swain.
Stream the Sports Animal free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. This is a great local company that we have relied on at our home. They have a great team. They have people in place every single day working to make sure people are taken care of right here in East Tennessee. If you need help with your plumbing, get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing to see what they can do for you. Wilson Brothers came out to our home a couple years ago. It was around this time of year. We had an underground leak issue. We needed help with a problem that had popped up. We knew there was an issue. We needed somebody to identify and figure out what to do about it. Wilson Brothers Plumbing came out, told us what was going on. They told us the plan to fix it. They gave us an upfront price, and then they made sure that everything was taken care of as promised until the job was complete, including cleanup at the end. Wilson Brothers Plumbing's team is skilled, passionate, and dedicated to delivering exceptional results on every job. That was our experience. If you need help, call Wilson Brothers Plumbing at 865-415-1537 or visit wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him, but nothing prepared him for the fight against ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Online pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Men's Pro Knoxville said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Men's Pro Knoxville was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With AD and performance treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com. Your consultation includes blood work with results before you leave. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Imagine the magic of being closer to nature at home. Diversified Enclosures and Screen can make that happen. Your screened room, porch, or patio is just a click away. Friendly, free estimates at sunandscreen.com.
Join Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary celebration. This May, enjoy $20 off a 7-day dumpster rental. Do it yourself and take your time. Locally owned and operated, Junk Be Gone has proudly been the #1 junk removal company for the past 2 decades. Give them a buzz today to book a free estimate or call for full service. Just point and they'll do all the heavy lifting. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for the past 20 years.
When there's stuff that you want gone, give a buzz to Junk Be Gone.
Hey Vol fans, Matt Hall with McLean's Painting in Knoxville. It's time for our annual Painting with a Purpose charity event. Nominate a local nonprofit that could use a fresh coat of paint at mcleanspainting.com or click the What's Happening tab on this station's website. Do you know of a church-related organization or a 501c3 in need of some TLC? Nominate them now. A huge thanks to our sponsors, Sherwin-Williams, Sgt. Pepperonis, Jim McMichael Signs, Joe Shirt, and Cumulus Media. McLean's Painting, grateful to give back to our community.
Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You know what time it is in Tennessee?
The
Football.
fair.
Hockey.
Baseball. Book fair.
Three-legged sack race?
No, bigger than all that. It's the Ted Russell Nissan Drive for 55 sale. So bring that old sled to Ted. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Jonathan texts in, love for the orange dog. The orange dog gives us swag. Come on, people.
That's right. It's okay, man. You know, folks just need a little reminder.
Swaggy-O? Is that a nickname for the orange dog?
It is not. It is not.
Okay. This was a question posed to us. Welcome for any opinions on this, because it was tagged just out of curiosity. But who's been rated the worst QB in the past 30 years to win a national championship? We were talking about quarterback tiers last hour. ESPN has its quarterback tier rankings for the 2025 season. So we were trying to just go back over the last 30 years and some of the names that would pop up. This is an actual, with all due respect, because these are all national champs.
It's important to mention that being the worst in the last 30 years doesn't mean you are the worst quarterback. Like, you still got to be good.
No doubt about it.
Like, it's comparing you to other quarterbacks who won a championship. And other quarterbacks who won a championship probably were the reason why their teams were able to win a championship. The Jameis Winstons, the Cam Newtons, the Joe Burrows. So doesn't mean these quarterbacks are bad or were one of the worst in college football, just worse compared to first overall picks and future NFL Hall of Famers.
Yeah, so, some that were obviously not considered, that would be ruled out immediately. Cam Newton, he's up there as the best.
He is
Tim
disqualified
Tebow,
from this
among the best
conversation, for sure.
Yes, for sure. Deshaun Watson and Joe Burrow, what they did.
Like, Cam Newton is, to me, the best SEC quarterback in the last 30 years because of what he did with who he had around him. Remember, there was this whole conversation about Tim Tebow. Man, Tim Tebow had everybody at his disposal. Everybody. The best player on that football team was Percy Harvin. That has been said multiple times by former Gators. Like, Tim was a quarterback, and Tim was a great leader, and Tim did a good job as a quarterback. But he wasn't a better quarterback than Cam Newton, who did more with less. So, anyways, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but neither one of those guys would be considered.
No.
So, guys that we considered, I mean, I wondered about LSU's guys in the 2000s.
Yeah, Matt Flynn won one.
Matt Mock was a solid player, but in terms of the best or worst quarterbacks, he would probably rank in the bottom 5 of the national champs. Greg McElroy at Alabama, a solid player. He made the NFL. He was there for a few years. So, again, he was a good player. But in this list, would probably rank lower. Craig Krenzel at Ohio State.
Yeah, that was that 0-2 team that beat Miami. Yeah, I would say that one.
So those would be a few that came to mind. Greasy at Michigan in '97. It's just kind of funny. The game's different. He was an NFL quarterback, so I don't think he's the answer. His numbers, though, they just won't wow you when you look at it. That's a reminder of what the game kind of was then. He had 17 touchdowns, 6 picks. So very efficient. Just wasn't asked to do a ton. But he was a starter in the NFL, so I don't think he's the answer.
I mean, probably looked like J.J. McCartney's passing yards because all they did was run the football.
Yeah, McCarthy probably doesn't wow a lot of people. He's a high first-round pick.
Yeah, remember that year Michigan won it. They had a couple games where when Harbaugh was suspended, they made it a point to run the ball down other teams' throat, especially that Penn State game.
Right.
So those numbers sometimes don't tell the entire story.
Yep. So even the guys that rank lower, those are veteran guys who the coaches absolutely trust to make sure everything is done correctly. They could step up and make plays when needed. But also trying to compare quarterbacks in the late 90s, early 2000s to today's game feels like we're talking about different games in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah, still good players, just can't compare them to Joe Burrow and Cam Newton. I met Greasy before on my visit. I told you that before on the show. I met him on my visit. He was cool. Good guy.
Yeah, he's a football guy. You know, everything that Bob did. So, yeah, for sure. Somebody said Chris Winkie. Well, it can't be Winkie. Won the Heisman.
He won the Heisman. Yeah, Heisman. All right, they're disqualified.
Yeah.
They're disqualified.
He's a lot older, but he won the Heisman. So
yeah.
Randall says, what about Will Howard? Looked pretty good. Yeah, I don't think it's Will Howard. His name did cross my mind, but I think he'd rank above the bottom 5.
He's pretty dang good. But
Yeah,
man,
I liked Will Howard. I thought he was a good player.
Boy, he had some people around him like Tim Tebow.
Yeah, he benefited, no doubt.
I mean, he's a 6th-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't think it's crazy to mention him. I'm just saying it's too soon. It's too soon for me to have this conversation. It's way too soon.
Yeah. Look, full transparency, if we asked outside of Knoxville, T would probably get mentioned. But we also know locally how much of a factor T was as a leader, his playmaking ability. He had a ton of talent around him, obviously, no doubt. He also had the unenviable task of stepping in to replace Peyton Manning.
I'm sorry, like you can't not be a good quarterback,
right,
to win a championship. I'm sorry, like you got to have a team full of good players. So I don't want to make it seem like you're taking so much away from a quarterback because they had good players around them.
Right.
Most championship teams have good players around the quarterback.
Right.
Not all.
Before we came on the air, we were trying to just run through names. I asked you, what about Stetson Bennett? He was a baller on the field. He has
a baller.
He has an unusual storyline in that he was a walk-on, left, came back. But once he ended up with the job, he had talent around him. Everybody recognizes. But he was a really good player drafted in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he was a walk-on is maybe an indictment of himself, and maybe he wasn't ready at that moment, and he had to mature and grow and develop. But at the same time, I'm sure there's a lot of schools that probably missed on not bringing him in, at least on scholarship.
Yep.
I mean, he could at least went to Miami of Ohio. Could at least went there.
Were the Lady Vols' actions, and by actions I mean just piling on the runs on Friday, were they disrespectful?
No, it's the postseason.
It is the postseason.
Like we're trying to reach our top tier or our optimum playing level. Better phrasing there. We're not worried about your feelings, okay? If this was a regular season game, we'll do the run rule thing. We'll call the dogs off. We're trying to play our best right now. We ain't got time to be worried about people's feelings.
I know.
We trying to beat Oklahoma. We're trying to beat Texas. We're trying to win a championship. We lost to Alabama last year here. We can't let that happen again. So, no.
Yep, I'm with you.
I know you're joking, but I just had to drive the point home.
The Lady Vols were not disrespectful to Miami, Ohio on Friday. Swain was, but the Lady Vols...
I was not.
The Lady Volunteers were not.
I was empathetic to the alums of Miami, Ohio. That's what I was.
Okay. You were trying to stick up for them. In a way.
I'm glad you figured it out.
Yep. 17-0 was the final on Friday.
You couldn't get one run? Just couldn't get one? That's not on Tennessee's. That's not on Tennessee. That's on you, Miami of Ohio. You couldn't get one.
Well, they only had 5 innings to work with. That thing ended early.
Okay, I'm just saying. 15 outs. You couldn't get one run.
Miko agrees with you. Newton, the best quarterback, I imagine, at least among the last 30-year discussion, with Vince Young second best. I mean, he's up there. I mean, another one that's...
Wait. Vince Young over Joe Burrow?
That's what I was about to get to. Joe Burrow in 2019
no, sir.
was outrageous.
No, sir. And I know who he was throwing to. But, y'all, you don't remember watching him play that season?
Burrow put up a career's worth of numbers in that one season in 2019.
It looked so easy. Mm-hmm. It was so – they were scoring 50 and 60 points. They beat Bama down when Nick Saban was there like they've never been beat.
And Bama had players.
Like, that's what Joe Burrow did to Bama.
Mm-hmm.
It was a beatdown. Nick Saban had zero answers. I know we scored 50 points on Alabama and beat them in 22, but that game was still close. This game between LSU and Alabama with Joe Burrow as a quarterback was never close. It was a beatdown. So I would put Joe Burrow ahead of Vince Young.
But Vince was awesome.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Vince ranks in the top tier of players, especially quarterbacks, to not win the Heisman.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
But he got his revenge in the national title game.
He sure did. And you also got to look at the success that those guys had early in the league, like a little bit. I think it puts things more in perspective. It's like Cam Newton was so dominant as a junior or senior at Auburn that he was great his rookie season. Joe Burrow, same thing. He was so dominant here in his last year at LSU. You saw some of that same domination as a rookie in the NFL. I think it really drives a point home about how great a player was in their last year of college.
Dominant, completely dominant.
And Vince was good, too, with the Titans. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he had a good start there. Somebody said Heupel. I don't think Heupel. He was runner-up for, which they mentioned. He was runner-up for the Heisman. So, no, I don't think he would be in the conversation of worst of the last 30 years.
No, I wouldn't put
He was terrific.
No, Heupel's a baller now. I'm sorry, if you won the Heisman or you were second in the Heisman, it's hard to put you on this list. But guys like Craig Krenzel, Ohio State, A.J. McCarron,
yeah,
the first one. Now the second one, like he was.
That's true. If you maybe that's why he's got multiple to.
Well, the first one, I
right,
mean,
right.
He was just.
He's a different player. The first one, and the second.
It was kind of like Trent Dilfer, 2000 Ravens, but the next one, no, he was a big reason why they were able to win championship.
Yep, for sure. But it was a good question on the quarterback discussion. We continue with another 90 minutes to go. Thanks for being with us today. Join us at 865-656-9900 on Josh and Swain.
Hey, baseball fans, we've teamed up with our friends at Dickens Turf and Landscape to hook you up with a commemorative, one-of-a-kind special edition Tennessee Vols 2024 National Championship Baseball signed by head coach Tony Vitello. For the month of May, come out to any Sports Animal remote broadcast to enter to win. One winner will be selected at the conclusion of each week. Good luck and go Baseballs from Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply and your flagship station for Tennessee Vols baseball. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
Cumulus.digital.com.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Tennessee baseball is the number 8 seed in the SEC tournament this week following the conclusion of the regular season over the weekend. The Vols will play in the second round Wednesday morning down in Hoover against the winner of tomorrow morning's game between Missouri and Alabama. First pitch for Tennessee on Wednesday is set for 10:30 a.m. Lady Vols softball advanced to the NCAA Super Regionals after sweeping the Knoxville Regional, giving up just 2 runs in 3 games over the weekend. Tennessee advances to the Super Regional to take on Nebraska in a best-of-3 series at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium this weekend. Tennessee actually lost to Nebraska 7-1 on February 6th in the season opener down in the NFCA Leadoff Classic in Florida. First pitch for Friday night is set for 7 o'clock. In golf, Scotty Scheffler won the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow this weekend after winning by 5 strokes over Harris English, Bryson DeChambeau, and Davis Riley. He shot an even par 71 in the final round to close out the tournament for his 3rd major title. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Guys, summer's around the corner. Time for gatherings, time with friends and family, activities and holidays. But what if you can't keep up because you have low testosterone levels? Well, TRT with Low T Center is the answer. Low T Center, they've been changing patients' lives for over 25 years, and they understand what you need. All treatments start with a thorough in-person consultation, and they'll make sure to make it easy to get started with the quality of care that you deserve. There's not a better time to start TRT than right now with a free medical consultation and free T-test. Low T Center gives you the power to choose whether you want white glove medical care in the center or if you want professionally monitored custom dosing from your home. Also, guys, looking to lose some LBs, Low T Center can help you with that as well. Most major insurances are accepted. No excuses. Offer is limited, so go right now to fixmylowt.com to book your appointment. That's fixmylowt.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Get ready for the 2025-26 Lady Vols basketball season. Coming off a Sweet 16 run in the first season under head coach Kim Caldwell, Lady Vol basketball season tickets are on sale now. With the top portal class and the second-ranked high school class, the Lady Vols are set for a big season ahead. Be in the Food City Center for the action all season long. Secure your seats today at allvols.com.
I never thought building a custom home would be this easy. When Red Door Homes built our house last year, they made the process simple. We picked from their 30-plus floor plans, customized it how we wanted, and they built it right on our land. The construction time was quick, and their 10-year warranty gave us total confidence. If you're thinking about building a home, do what we did. Go to reddoorhomestn.com and visit their showroom right off Paper Mill and Kingston Pike. You won't regret it.
Red Door Homes, home building as it should be.
Lunch was great. Market Square is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. And when it comes to your privacy, Loudoun County Fence is the fencing company East Tennesseans have trusted for over 50 years. Your fence should be durable and stylish. Visit their website at lcfence.com and view all of their great options, from wood privacy to ornamental aluminum fencing. Loudoun County Fence is a family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of experience installing quality fencing in and around Knoxville. They're fully licensed and insured, and their workmanship is guaranteed. For your free estimate, visit lcfence.com.
When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry Bragg provides the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods and no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses a team approach, creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plan, supplements, and support. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
This has been a paid announcement.
This report is sponsored by Tennessee Oncology. Cutting Edge Cancer Care is coming to Alcoa, Tennessee. Tennessee Oncology will open their new clinic location in Alcoa with Dr. Aisha Cannon and Dr. David Chisholm summer 2025. For more information, call 877-637-1150.
Classic May mix of sun and clouds going for 78, just 2 below average heading into Monday evening, along with a couple of storms stronger down towards the south end of the Tennessee and Hiwassee Valley. We'll have a low of 65 with more widespread storms later Tuesday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
Celebrate Memorial Day with Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory, where you try it in store before you take it home. No sales tax, 0% financing, and handcrafted mattresses you can feel for yourself. Only at Brothers Bedding, built for comfort, made to last.
I'm Tennessee head football coach Josh Heupel. Get your Tennessee football coverage where you get insight unlike any other. No one covers the ball like 99.1, the sports animal.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1, the sports animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward, 865-656-9900. One other name that we probably skipped over last segment. He might be the answer. It's a weird one because he wasn't actually the starter during the season. But in 2014, Ohio State wins the national championship in the postseason with Cardell Jones at quarterback. Spent a little time in the NFL. He did go to Ohio State to play football, not school. But he replaced J.T. Barrett late in the season. Barrett was the starter during the season. Cardell started in the Big Ten title game when they destroyed Wisconsin and then went on to win the national title. He was benched the next year. So that's probably the answer. He's the least accomplished, I would say,
he still went on
unless we miss somebody else.
He still went on to be a fourth-round pick, but I think that's a pretty good answer.
Yeah. From a talent standpoint, I don't think he ranks last, but accomplishments.
Yeah.
You can say, well, he won a title, but that's the conversation. We were asked worst quarterback of the last 30 years to win a national title. So Cardell, I think, is probably – that tells you the importance of talent around the quarterback because, again, with all due respect to these guys, Krenzel and Cardell would both qualify in the discussion.
Well, I mean, you can win either way. Both ways, you still got to have talent, but – I think Tennessee took let's go out and get a guy that can elevate the play of everybody around us in a Nico.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, it can work because Auburn did it. We've seen other teams do it. But we also seen teams win championships that really invested in other areas and maybe lifted the quarterback up rather than the opposite. And so I think when you build it the way Alabama has built it, the way Georgia has built it, Tennessee, for the time that they were having some success there with the depth at running back and the offensive line, defensive line, like won some games even with the quarterback not going on and ever being a Heisman contender. Post Peyton. I mean, that's a way that you can do it, but it seems like you'll have probably a little bit more longevity, but it's probably harder to do too because it requires recruiting more guys that your rivals want as well.
If you can get the elite talent at quarterback and all the talent around him, well, that results in runs like we saw in 18 with Clemson, LSU in 19, Bama in 20, where there's NFL guys all over the place, and they're just taking it to everybody. Clemson went 15-0, LSU went 15-0, Bama, that was 2020 COVID, but there was no dispute there. They went 13-0.
Yeah. I mean, Tua was a five-star quarterback coming in, but that's hard to do. I mean, it's hard to do. It's not the only way to do it, but whew. When you get everybody around the quarterback and the quarterback is a stud himself, they're unbeatable.
Yep. The 2019 LSU-Bama game that we referenced earlier, final score was close, and Bama kept it competitive because they had talent all over the place. 46-41, though, so the LSU offense
that game
could not be stopped.
Yeah, like watching that game, the final score doesn't tell the story of how that game went.
Yep. Here are the wide receivers on the field, by the way, that day.
Oh,
you want to avoid that?
Go ahead.
The wide receivers who caught passes in that game, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Terrace Marshall for LSU.
All three starters in the NFL.
For Alabama, Devontae Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle. Those are the 7 wide receivers that caught passes in the LSU-Alabama game.
All 7 might be catching passes in the NFL. And
the other players that caught passes too at running back and tight end also in the NFL. So every player that caught a pass in that game: Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Thaddeus Moss, Tyrion Davis-Price, and then for Bama, Najee Harris.
Yeah, just insane amount of riches on both
11
sides.
players caught a pass. All of them. Henry's a different story, but all of them made the NFL.
But I saw the possibility of him playing in the league again once he gets out. So he could be catching passes again in the NFL.
Right. Ruggs is in prison right now, but
Yeah, that's just. I bet NFL scouts were in paradise at that game.
A lot of note taking. Jimmy's and Joe's. Stars matter sometimes?
All the time, Josh. They matter all the time.
We'll come back. We have plenty of time for you to join us. 865-656-9900. Sitting next to the number 21 overall ranked player in the 2003 class. Caught 2 touchdowns himself in the U.S. Army All-American Bowl.
So
he is Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. This is Josh and Swain.
Hey, Vol fans. It's Dr. Lewis Reaper with Tennessee Foot and Ankle, and our team is all Vol. We know the pains that come from kicking the TV after a tough loss and the agony that follows until the next win. For any Vol pain that you experience, let us help heal you from the ankles down. Located in Sevierville, Madisonville, and Lenoir City, we'll make it worth the drive knowing you're being treated by true Vol fans who know true Vol pains. Call today at VOL 986-2700 and let's get your Vol pain gone before more settle in this next game day. Tennessee Foot and Ankle.
Let's see, landscapers I can afford. All right, searching affordable landscapers near me. Here we go.
Right here, sir. How can we help?
It's the same ones I saw last time.
Sir, we're right here and reasonably priced. Why is he not seeing us?
It looks like the ugly yard stays.
Sir, can you not see us?
Nope, he can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local landscapers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call TN Redline. 1-800-889-9789. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Tennessee.
Honey, we need a new roof.
Go to moshingles.com and get a quote in 60 seconds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, they're a top-rated roofing company in East Tennessee and A+ rated with the BBB.
Free instant quotes at moshingles.com.
I never thought building a custom home would be this easy. When Red Door Homes built our house last year, they made the process simple. We picked from their 30-plus floor plans, customized it how we wanted, and they built it right on our land. The construction time was quick, and their 10-year warranty gave us total confidence. If you're thinking about building a home, do what we did. Go to reddoorhomestn.com and visit their showroom right off Paper Mill and Kingston Pike. You won't regret it.
Red Door Homes, home building as it should be. For 70 years, we've been known as the Humane Society of the United States. But as the challenges animals face have grown, so have we. We are now called Humane World for Animals. And with you on our side, we are going to end animal cruelty around the globe. Join us. Humane World for Animals. The end of animal cruelty.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Windrock Tales from the Trail. There I was, looking up at this seemingly insurmountable path forward. As I hopped out of the side-by-side to assess the challenge the Trail 16 posed, my heart raced as I looked for the proper line to take on this double black diamond beast of a trail. A voice in the back of my head whispered, "Let's send it."
Windrock Park has over 300 miles of trails for you to experience ultimate adrenaline. Head to windrockpark.com to plan your adventure today.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us on this Monday afternoon. Lady Vols on to the Super Regional, 14th Super Regional, third consecutive year to host. Karen Weekly's program continues to run at a high level, getting ready for Nebraska, taking care of business this weekend against Miami of Ohio and Ohio State. So just cleaning up the state of Ohio, what the Lady Vols were able to do. So the Orange Dog taking some criticism. Look, you want to play on the big stage, you get criticism. The Orange Dog knew that, but pointing the finger at the Orange Dog over the baseball series, yet to receive a thankful text over the softball series. It's not what it's about. It's not results-based.
No.
You have to appreciate the process, and you have to recognize that it's about the optimism and the mindset.
It's about the mindset. That's for sure. And our boys got to work on their mindset. You can't be one and done or flame out in the SEC baseball tournament. But, hey, if you get to the finals and there's a rain delay or some type of bad weather, you could be co-champion. Look forward to that.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Just try to get to the finals and then hope for some bad weather.
Yeah, do the rain dance.
Save the arms and get some rings.
That's right.
Yeah, what's the policy there? You get rings for co-championship that was handed to you? If they want to do rings, I guess you could. Okay.
If the weather was really bad in the SEC baseball tournament, I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to play it.
I think you're probably right. Yeah. Tennessee will play its first game in the SEC tournament on Wednesday, 10:30 Eastern time, playing in Hoover. So you'll see times. Make sure to note Central or Eastern. But 9:30 Central time, 10:30 Eastern. So some breakfast and baseball.
That's good for you
on Wednesday. It'll be the winner of Alabama, Missouri. They play tomorrow, and Tennessee will play the winner, most likely Alabama, on Wednesday.
That's good for a Tennessee football team, playing that early. This will be different for a Tennessee baseball team. But, yeah, we should be playing Alabama.
And then if Tennessee beats, let's say, Alabama, get a piece of Texas the next day.
This will probably be the first Tennessee-Texas matchup, potentially, where the hate will start.
This is a rivalry that I could see forming.
Yep.
Tennessee versus Texas in baseball.
Out of all sports, this is where it's going to be the most intense. 100%. I mean, Texas we haven't really crossed paths with Texas too much. Now, I know we beat them in basketball, but, it wasn't really intense. We haven't played them in football. But this one right here, this potential matchup, yeah, this could be the start. Considering, don't think the two coaches are sending postcards to each other, and one coach beat the other coach last year in the World Series.
Yep, it would be a rematch of head coaches, as Schlossnagle was at A&M, left to go take the Texas job, which also created some feelings down in that state, I think, among Aggies fans, especially with how the season has played out.
Yep.
And now he is leading a Texas team that's having a great year.
Well, they're having a great year for sure. They're doing what Tennessee did last year. They're doing it this year. Running away with the SEC regular season championship. Now let's see if they can win the tournament and go win championship.
As you would probably say, another way that Tennessee just helps out Texas. Showed them last year how it's supposed to be done.
Big brother, man. Big brother. Real UT.
There's that aspect of it as well. Evan following up, love everything Pantone 151, just giving the Orange Dog a hard time, all love. Hey, nothing wrong with that. You got to keep the Orange Dog honest.
Well, I mean, sometimes when you have a bad day at work, it's easy to want to come home and just kick your dog when the dog didn't do anything. But we're not doing that here.
Not here on Josh and Swain.
We're not kicking the Orange Dog just because Tennessee lost.
Nope.
You better channel your frustration somewhere else.
The Orange Dog, as some have called Nancy in an ironic fashion, others have called Swaggy-O.
We call it the Orange Dog.
The Orange Dog's hanging out with us for another hour. We invite you to do the same. You can hang out, you can call, you can text at 865-656-9900. We'll talk more Tennessee right here on Josh and Swain.
Searching for an inside look at the people, stories, and passion that fuel the state of soccer in America? The United States Soccer Federation will be launching the all-new U.S. Soccer Podcast. episodes will go beyond the field with players, coaches, and legends to bring you honest conversations and untold stories. This is where soccer will come to life. The U.S. Soccer Podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platforms.
Hey, it's Josh. You can head down to Ted Russell Ford right now, either location, Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike, and check out the great options they have. Brand new vehicles with low interest rates, and they have a huge selection because they have two locations for you, both on Kingston Pike and Parkside Drive. So if you are looking for a truck, check out the selection they have, all the different combinations and options they have for you in the Ford F-Series with the Ranger, the Maverick, their Super Duty trucks, the Ford F-150 Lightning. Take advantage of this with the Ford F-150 Lightning. The 2024 Ford F-150 Lightning, you can get 0% financing for 72 months. Take advantage right now on that opportunity, as well as 2024 Super Duty XL trucks with only 3.9% available for 60 months right now. So many different options with their brand new vehicles plus pre-owned selection on Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. And you can take advantage of employee pricing at your super dealer, Ted Russell Ford. Find them online at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys. And I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia, I got a tour of their headquarters, I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
AI can't get your cell phone up and running. A chatbot can't install your new car battery, and no streaming tutorial can shoot the breeze like your go-to guy at your local Batteries Plus store. At Batteries Plus, our go-tos are here to make sure you're good to go. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
The Boys and Girls Clubs of the Tennessee Valley invite you to make a difference in the lives of their club members and the entire community this year. For every dollar invested into the clubs, there's $12.47 of positive economic impact returned to our community. You can learn more and help the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Tennessee Valley build great futures by donating today. Visit bgctnv.org. That's bgctnv.org.
For your child's every milestone, through the smallest victories and the toughest battles. When life is unexpected and you're faced with the unknown, let us be your helping hand, your light in the dark. For every moment, every day, East Tennessee Children's Hospital is leading the way to a healthy future, one child at a time.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
From the Budweiser Studios, this is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Brentsville. Touchdown. Streaming worldwide at 991thesportsanimal.com and on the Sports Animal app. Yeah! We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute, sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Old Trapper, what's your beef? Now that the 49ers have quarterback Brock Purdy under contract, the real work begins. Last season, several teams gave their young QBs monster contracts, and for the most part, none of it really worked out. San Francisco fans can celebrate today, but they better hope the 49ers nail their draft, because every quarterback, from Purdy on down, needs a good team around them. I'm Andrew Perloff.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Hour number 3 begins. Matthew, who is local but a Longhorns fan and always very nice in the text box, did get a kick out of the Big Brother title. It'd be fun. Tennessee and Texas could be fun. Should be fun in the SEC. Tennessee has to do some work to get to the Texas game, of course, on Thursday. Tennessee will play Wednesday against Bama or Missouri.
Yeah, I wouldn't call us Big Brother over Texas. I wouldn't call us Big Brother. That's more like us and Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that would be more appropriate in the attempt.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said Big Brother, but I will say is hero.
Sure.
Yeah.
We got some history books that'll back that up.
Yeah, we y'all's hero. I will say that.
Now we've established. We discussed, I think, for a few minutes last week. Texas. There were a lot of people laughing at Texas coming into the SEC. Oh, now you're going to have to face real competition. Good luck. And Texas has done just fine with the new competition.
Well, two things can be true. They have improved. Like if they were in the Big 12, they would be winning the Big 12.
Right.
They just improved. They hired better coaches. They brought in Steve Sarkisian. They hired a really good baseball coach and Schlossnagle. So it really didn't matter what conference they would have been playing in. They would have been winning.
Yeah, this is obvious, but Texas has everything you need. They have resources. That comes back to money. They have talent around them.
It's called money.
Mm-hmm.
It's called money. And they've had it for so long. What's sad about it is it's taken this long. And you couldn't, you were not this good when you played in an inferior conference to the SEC, but you got it right now. But it really kind of shines light on how they got it wrong so many times because you had too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's it. The ability to get in their own way.
Yeah,
which happens.
That's really what it's been, and we would know because that's what happened here too at Tennessee.
Right. And people would say, "Man, why can't Tennessee get it right again in football? Because everything's there. They should be good. And they're good again. Just took some wrong turns to get there."
Correct. Yeah.
I saw Josh Pate. He did his coach approval rankings.
I don't want to see any more lists.
Did you see this? No, this was positive.
I think I'm list out today, man. You crushed me today.
That quarterback tier ranking, you didn't like it? Should we circle back? I think it was Iowa being in Tennessee's tier. I think that's what did it.
That's what did it.
Yep. You can read that from David Hale at ESPN.com. Josh Pate did his approval ratings. This is, as I could understand, based on his view of it, of each SEC football coach. And he estimated the approval rating among Tennessee fans for Josh Heupel is 80% plus.
That's good.
So it's very favorable, and that Tennessee fans should be very happy with what's happened. Josh Heupel has helped elevate Tennessee back to competing with the best programs. Pointed to the playoff. He included the way that Heupel handled everything when the Nico stuff went down at the end. But he put 80%, which was one of the higher rankings, as you would imagine, among fan bases with their current head coach.
Yeah, as it should be. As it should be. Your team coming off college football playoff, Now this year's gonna be important because it can drop dramatically, or it can. I think, depending on the year, it can either drop dramatically or improve slightly. And when you're at 80, there's more room down than up.
Sure.
Obviously, right?
Yeah, he had Kirby Smart at 90. He said 90 is as high as I'm going to go. You can never really be at 100, although that should be. But
why can't you be at 99?
Well, because it's college football. I think he said 90 plus. But it's college football, so you got crazies everywhere.
I mean, he's coached 2 championship teams, and he played there.
Did Kirby win it last year? Did they win it the year before? Program slipping, Swain.
Josh.
No,
I understand.
I'm speaking from the crazy mindset, not the reason.
Okay. Well, you do that. You used to doing that.
I got love for the crazies.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, Heupel should be right there at 80. I mean, it wasn't too long ago when Tennessee was an automatic win on people's schedule, and you can't say that right now.
Yeah, I don't even know how many. I don't think I'd go more than a handful of coaches that it would make sense to have a higher approval rating currently among the respective fan base than Tennessee. Kirby would be one. Steve Sarkisian, I would think, would be right up there.
Yeah, really, those two should be higher than Heupel.
But if you go through,
no, Lane should be high.
I wouldn't say higher, but
I
he
would
should be
say
up there.
As high. I would say in between Heupel and in between Kirby and Steve Sarkisian. Because if you Ole Miss, you are thrilled.
Yeah.
You are thrilled. This is the best this is the best. Lane Kiffin has won more games for you in a season than anybody in the history of the program. You are in paradise right now. So I think his approval rating would be high.
But I can go through easily. Bama and Kalen DeBoer, not higher, for sure.
No. Because, I mean, he's compared to Nick Saban.
Yeah, LSU and Brian Kelly, no way.
Oh, no.
I think Josh Pate had 65% for Brian Kelly. That was actually higher than I would have guessed. South Carolina and Beamer, I know they're happy, but I doubt it's higher. It's not higher.
Well, this it's not higher than Heupel, but this year really helped them out for sure.
A&M and Elko, too early, but I'm sure they like him. It's not higher than 80%.
Yeah, they like him.
Drinkwitz? They got to be happy.
They like him. They like him a lot.
Yeah.
They have to.
The others are easy no's. Napier at Florida, Pittman at Arkansas, Clark Lee, I don't know. Do they do approval ratings? With all due respect. Venables, no. Hugh Freeze, definitely not. He's talking about, hey, can we get to a bowl game?
No, he knows. We got to get to a bowl game.
Stoops, no. Mississippi State, Levy, no. So 2, maybe 3 coaches with a rating higher or as high as Josh Heupel in the league.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Really good.
It's really good. That's something that we're not used to having around here. And we had it for a long time, and then we decided it wasn't good enough, and then we haven't been able to get it back.
Mm-hmm. Levi in the YouTube chat says Lane was at 80% according to Pate. So that's a good one right there.
But I would put Lane a little bit higher, though. I'll put him a little bit higher.
That's also on a curve, though, because their typical expectation level is lower than Tennessee's, right? I mean, he went there and won 10 games, 2 out of 3 years. Best that's been done at Ole Miss.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, you would think, just from our point of view, that.
But Heupel does that 2 out of 3 seasons, and it's, hey, that's great. Now can he get us back to where we ultimately want to go, where we've been?
Yeah, but like, from my point of view, it seems like that's the way to look at it. But like, I'm sure Ole Miss fans say, "Hold on, man, we out here winning in the portal. We paying all these people this money."
Right.
You came from Alabama and Nick Saban.
Lane has a way of making his approval rating high, though, right? I mean, I know it fell off at USC, but it was pretty high for a year here in Knoxville.
It was high until it wasn't.
That was a weird time, though, because there were plenty that were like, I don't know yet.
Yeah, he hadn't done anything to even have a high approval rating on the field. I mean, he still got smacked up by Florida. And if you would have won against Florida early, then yeah, I mean, people probably would have been running through a brick wall for him, and then beating Alabama. But he just wasn't here long enough to get that high approval rating. So, but yeah, I mean, I would personally say Kirby, Steve Sarkisian, 90 percentile. I would put Lane like slightly above, just because they're happy. They've never been in this position before as a program, so they should be happier than Tennessee fans.
The theme of negativity, who would you give the lowest approval rating to from that fan base's perspective?
Which coach?
Yeah, Pittman. I like Sam Pittman, but I do wonder there.
Probably, I mean,
Stoops, it's slipping in terms of approval.
Yeah, I mean, I just think apathy is sitting there at Kentucky. I mean, Auburn. Did they get any big wins last year? I mean, at least Sam Pittman beat Tennessee.
Well, you're right on that. So their biggest win, the 4 overtime game against A&M.
I repeat, did they get a big-time win last year, Josh?
No.
Okay.
They almost beat Oklahoma.
That's not a big-time win.
All they had to do to avoid a loss was a pick six, and then they do a pick six.
Yeah, they wouldn't have. I mean,
so no. I don't know how it's going to play out there. They've got talent. At wide receiver, they're loaded. They're bringing Jackson Arnold, who people say can be revived there. But Hugh Freeze the other day on Next Round Live was like, yeah, I think we can get to a bowl game this year. Bowl game? People have you in the preseason top 20.
Hugh, that Butch Jones approach ain't going to work, bro. Like, lowering the bar. You at Auburn, man. They've won championships with dysfunction. They expect you to be a little bit better than what you've been the last couple of years. Bowl game. You're going to have to do a little bit more than that, Hugh.
That's what I was thinking.
No, man. They're not pumping all this money into the program for nothing.
Auburn will open the season at Baylor on Friday, August 29th.
That's important for both coaches.
First SEC game on the road at Oklahoma. The next week they go to Texas A&M.
They might be 0-3.
They also have a 3-game stretch at Arkansas, home for Kentucky, at Vanderbilt.
Oh.
But hey.
They'll make up those 3 games in that one.
Diego.
What about him?
He's got a huge number.
What are you going to do, call him on the phone?
I think you'll see him in person, deliver that L again. That's what happened last year.
Yeah, I don't see that happening again this year. They can't be worse than they were at quarterback this year.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be a weird season for Auburn. Bold prediction there. But
it's always weird.
They have a 5-game stretch. Georgia at home, Missouri at home, then at Arkansas, home for Kentucky, at Vanderbilt. So 5 straight weeks of football. You can already see Hugh going into that game. That's our 5th straight game, 5th straight week of football. I don't know. Vanderbilt's tough on the road.
People don't want to hear it.
Going to Nashville.
Those people don't want to hear it, man. They do not want to hear it.
Iron Bowl is on the plains this year.
This is the same program that was talking to another coach while they still had a coach.
That's right.
And it got out. They don't care. You've had plenty of time, Hugh. It's time to fix it.
If David Hell did a tier ranking of weirdest power conference programs, is Auburn tier 1 right there at the top?
Yeah, in that tier. I'm just trying to think of other programs. I'll put Missouri in there. Yeah.
I mean, the SEC has a few candidates,
for sure.
If we're being honest in the conversation. 865-656-9900 if you'd like to be a part of the conversation. You can call, you can text with 45 minutes to go on this Monday afternoon on Josh and Swain.
Hey, baseball fans! We've teamed up with our friends at Dickens Turf and Landscape to hook you up with a commemorative, one-of-a-kind special edition Tennessee Vols 2024 National Championship Baseball signed by head coach Tony Vitello. For the month of May, come out to any Sports Animal remote broadcast to enter to win. One winner will be selected at the conclusion of each week. Good luck and go Baseballs from Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply and your flagship station for Tennessee Vols baseball. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Throughout the country, buried pipelines are indicated by a pipeline right-of-way. A long, wide stretch of grass cleared of trees and marked with signs. If you have a right-of-way near your home, do not plant anything in it or dig in it. Do not install a fence or build your kids a super cool fort without first getting the pipeline operator's approval. For more on pipeline safety, visit pipesafety.org. A message from the Tennessee Gas Association, Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Cadillac of Knoxville invites you to shop our most complete inventory of new Cadillacs in the last 5 years. Get low 2.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $2,000 competitive cash allowance on a new 2025 Cadillac Lyriq. And join us on the links at the Corn Ferry Golf Tour to see our newest inventory and get free tickets when you come visit our showroom. Only at CadillacofKnoxville.com. With approved credit, see dealer for complete details. Offer ends 6/2/25.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts and automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
Golf season is in full swing, and the Bear Trace at Cumberland Mountain is the perfect place to play. This award-winning Jack Nicklaus signature golf course is within beautiful Cumberland Mountain State Park in Crossville, the golf capital of Tennessee, and is part of the Tennessee State Park's Tennessee Golf Trail. I'm excited to let you know the renovations have been completed, and the course looks incredible. Call today for your tee time, 931-707-1640, or book online at tnstateparks.com/golf. The Bear Trace at Cumberland Mountain State Park. Remember, it's more fun to play in the park.
This is Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. How can I help you?
I'm having some issues with my drains.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What seems to be the problem?
It's making this kind of a sound.
No worries. We can help you with that. If your drains are making strange sounds or giving off foul odors, then you may have a blockage or issue with your sewer line. Pipe Wrench can get your pipes flowing again in no time with our $99 drain clearing special. And if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. You also get a free camera inspection of your sewer line to help us easily pinpoint the source of the clog and provide the best and most affordable solution. When we identify the problem, we provide the best option ranging from drain cabling, hydrojetting, spot repair, or even new sewer line replacements if needed. Don't ignore signs of a clogged drain or sewer line before it turns into a costly problem. Call the plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench today at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him, but nothing prepared him for the fight against ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Online pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Maybe it's over.
Men's Pro Knoxville said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Men's Pro Knoxville was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With AD and performance treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com. Your consultation includes blood work with results before you leave. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Free on the radio. Free on the app. Free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us on social media. You can follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Josh and Swain. You can go back and listen anywhere you get your podcast. Search Josh and Swain on Apple, Spotify. Find us in the WNML app, and you can listen on demand thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. You can join us by calling or texting at 865-656-9900 as Tennessee is the 8th seed in the SEC baseball tournament. We'll play the winner of Alabama and Missouri on Wednesday. Bama and Missouri will play tomorrow. Tennessee will play on Wednesday. We were asked in the text box, why did Tennessee finish 8th in the seeding when Tennessee and Ole Miss were number 7? We beat them head-to-head. Tennessee actually beat Alabama, but Ole Miss and Bama didn't play. I actually was confused by it. I would have thought that, okay, head-to-head, Tennessee beat both of them in series wins, so Tennessee would be the 7. But they went with common opponent tiebreaker instead, so that leaves Tennessee as the 8, and Ole Miss 7, Bama 9. Tennessee ranked number 21 in D1 Baseball's updated top 25 today.
I hope that question doesn't sound like we're scared of playing Texas, potentially. Because what happens if Ole Miss wins their next game? Like if they win their game, who will be their next opponent?
So Ole Miss will play the winner of Florida and South Carolina,
and then
Arkansas.
Honestly, like when you get to Arkansas and Texas, it's pretty much all the same. I mean, I understand who won and Texas being the regular season champions, but those guys have been beating each other this season.
Yeah, the teams with double byes in the quarterfinal round, Texas, Vanderbilt, Arkansas, LSU. You're not looking at any of those, I don't think, and saying, oh, good.
No. It's like, it's hard.
Right.
It's SEC baseball.
Yeah.
It's hard. And it's going to be hard. So you just gotta embrace it. It's really that simple. And play better. That's a start. Just play better.
Over the weekend, Oklahoma City played a lot better in Game 7. Destroyed the Nuggets yesterday, so we have our conference finals that are set. Thunder and Timberwolves, they'll play tomorrow. Shouldn't the Eastern Conference start before? But anyway, then New York will take on Indy starting on Wednesday.
Yeah,
tonight is a light day in the sports world. So gear up. We get a lot of good postseason action with NBA and NHL starting back tomorrow.
I was struggling yesterday, man. I mean, I don't mind watching softball, but just one game, one NBA game, that was tough, man. I became spoiled over the last couple of weeks with multiple games, multiple days. The end is near. The end is near. The end of the basketball season is near. But I like the matchups. We were talking about it, during the break. Like, man, that T-Wolf matchup versus the Thunder, got a lot of youth, length, depth. The Eastern Finals, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I like watching Jalen Brunson.
I think it'll be entertaining, and it'll be a battle.
Yeah. The storylines, the history.
Brunson and Halliburton.
Yeah, but like the history between the two franchises,
Sure.
Thinking about Reggie Miller back in the day. I mean, that's the storyline that they keep kind of going back to, but it's just not better than the Thunder T-Wolves series to me.
I agree. On the NHL side, this is, I don't know if it's in cursed territory. Joel can fill us in a little bit better. Joel Silverberg, voice of the Knoxville Ice Bears.
No, not
SPHL Broadcaster of the Year.
There you go.
Joel Silverberg. But so the Maple Leafs got blown out yesterday, 6-1 in Game 7. Lost to the Panthers. That's now 7 straight Game 7 losses. Joel Silverberg, what's going on there with Toronto?
And they just can't close. Yeah, dating back to 2004, they've lost 7 Game 7s in a row, including a string of Game 7s that have happened recently. And then on the other side, you have Brad Marchand, who was a staple in Boston for so long, gets traded to Florida this year. So he's a part of the team that wins Game 7 last night. He's now 5-0 in playoff series against Toronto. So it's not just the Toronto Maple Leafs curse in Game 7. Now you're losing another playoff series to Brad Marchand, who is widely disliked by any hockey fan outside of Boston. Just that type of player. You love him if he plays for you. You don't like him if he doesn't. And it's just this long stretch of a lack of success deep into the postseason for one of the original 6 franchises in the league.
They've been waiting a long time. Do we need to send them a blue dog, Swain? Might need to send them a blue dog up to Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help.
7 straight Game 7 losses. Those fans deserve better than how it's gone. But when they finally break through, they will at some point. I don't know if it's next year. I don't know if it's 10 years from now. Man, I tell you, they will be behind it.
Golly, that's a lot of. I mean, just go ahead and sweep me. Beat me 4-2. But the Game 7s, the repeated L's.
Yep.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yep. According to Yahoo, the Maple Leafs and the Colorado Avalanche are the only franchises in the NBA, Major League Baseball, or NHL history to lose 7 consecutive Game 7s, and both extended their streaks this month.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough on the fan base.
Now, at least the difference there is that Colorado just won a Stanley Cup a few years ago. Toronto.
It's been decades.
Yes.
Many decades.
The 60s.
Yep. 67 maybe?
I believe that's correct.
Yeah, so you're coming up on 60
cursed.
years there, Swain.
I mean, I guess they are cursed. I mean, I guess jinx is it's a real thing in hockey. No, maybe.
I'm not a believer in jinxes. That would be the case that maybe it's real.
That's a lot of losing, man.
A lot of losing for a proud franchise and a proud fan base that greatly cares. So, later this hour when we have our winners and losers from the weekend, I might have teased one of my losers.
Really, Josh, you going to just rub it in? Have some compassion. Have some compassion. You know what it's like. See a fan base struggle over and over and over and just can't break through. It seems like there's bad luck. Come on, man. Have some compassion.
Travis texted 7 straight Game 7 losses. Is Doc Rivers coaching hockey? Man, that is tough.
That's a good one.
Paint him a blue dog. Send it up to Toronto, Swain. It's the only hope. 865-656-9900 and Attaboy. We'll get back some positivity and Attaboy to hand out in our next segment. Another 30 minutes to go on today's show right here on Josh and Swain.
Never miss another Sports Animal sweet deal. Text SWEET to 865-656-9900 and you'll receive a reminder text right before each new sweet deal goes on sale. Text SWEET to 656-9900.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
Time
CumulusDigital.com.
now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Tennessee baseball is the number 8 seed in the SEC tournament this week following the conclusion of the regular season over the weekend. The Vols will play in the second round Wednesday morning down in Hoover against the winner of tomorrow morning's game between Missouri and Alabama. First pitch for Tennessee on Wednesday is set for 10:30 a.m. Lady Vols softball advanced to the NCAA Super Regionals after sweeping the Knoxville Regional, giving up just 2 runs in 3 games over the weekend. Tennessee advances to the Super Regional to take on Nebraska in a best-of-3 series at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium this weekend. Tennessee actually lost to Nebraska 7-1 on February 6th in the season opener down in the NFCA Leadoff Classic in Florida. First pitch for Friday night is set for 7 o'clock. In golf, Scotty Scheffler won the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow this weekend after winning by 5 strokes over Harris English, Bryson DeChambeau, and Davis Riley. He shot an even par 71 in the final round to close out the tournament for his 3rd major title. I'm Joel Silverberg.
At the YMCA of East Tennessee, your membership comes with so much more than just access to the gym. Group classes like yoga, body pump, Zumba, Pilates, Ultimate Fit, and water aerobics are all included. Need childcare while you work out? No problem. Whether you're an elite athlete training for the Knoxville Marathon or stepping into the gym for the very first time, yes, we'll even help you turn on the treadmill. You'll find all the support you need at the Y. 5 locations in Knoxville, unlimited possibilities. Join the Y today at ymcaknoxville.org, the YMCA of East Tennessee, for a better us.
Hey, Vol fans, it's Dr. Lewis Reaper with Tennessee Foot and Ankle, and our team is all Vol. We know the pains that come from kicking the TV after a tough loss and the agony that follows until the next win. For any Vol pain that you experience, let us help heal you from the ankles down. Located in Sevierville, Madisonville, and Lenoir City, we'll make it worth the drive knowing you're being treated by true Vol fans who know true Vol pains. Call today at VOL 986-2700 and let's get your Vol pain gone before more settle in this next game day. Tennessee Foot and Ankle.
Lunch was great. Market Square is such a fun spot. Can we stop at a bathroom? Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, or rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
This is VFL Eric Ainge for my friends at LC Fence. LC Fence serves all of East Tennessee, especially right here in Knox County. They've been dedicated to their employees, this community, and doing business the right way for over 40 years now. They can install chain link, wood privacy, wood picket, aluminum or steel, vinyl, farm fencing, and any style of gate or operator. LCFence.com is your best starting point. When it comes to the liability of your company, the safety of your pets or family, don't trust anybody but LC Fence. LCFence.com.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman, and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy, and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Don't postpone better sleep. Shop Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale now. Upgrade to a premium bed from a curated selection and take your rest to the next level. Don't miss out. Visit Mattress Firm today. Get matched. Sleep at night.
Another May day of scattered thunderstorms. Some of them could be on the stronger side between Knoxville and Chattanooga, mostly southern end of the valley. For the rest of us, scattered stuff. It's 78 for a high. Tonight, a lot quieter, down to 65, with more strong storms Tuesday evening and overnight. For the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
It's Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary celebration, and this May, enjoy $20 off a 7-day dumpster rental, or call for full service. Give them a buzz today to book a free estimate. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for the past 20 years.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Be with you until 3 o'clock, inviting you to join us at 865-656-9900, discussing what happened this past weekend. Looking ahead, Tennessee softball gets ready for Nebraska, so it'll be the third straight year to host in the Super Regional. First time they've done that in the program history. They've been to a bunch of Super Regionals, 14 now, trying to get back to the Women's College World Series. So Tennessee taking care of the Knoxville Regional this past weekend. Tennessee baseball dropping games 2 and 3 at Arkansas, so we'll wait until Wednesday to play the winner of Bama and Missouri in the baseball tournament.
I mean, Missouri's been the worst team in the league, but they do have the series sweep over Texas A&M, a team that got hot and dug out full of talent. But I expect Alabama to win. And listen, it's Alabama.
Where do you stand on Alabama?
There's nothing that need to be said between these two teams. Some of that football rivalry has rubbed off on this baseball matchup. And you're playing around the corner from Tuscaloosa in Hoover, Alabama. So if you can't get your chili hot for that one, then something's wrong. You got to put your best foot forward in the SEC tournament, man. Leave the regular season in the regular season, except for the lessons that you learn. But it's time for us to flip the switch and play like the team at the beginning of the year. That team was number one.
They were. Speaking of that, ahead of handing out today's Attaboy, Matthew texted in and said, wanted to weigh in on one more thing. I do like Tony Vitello from what I've heard. This is Matthew, the Texas fan, followed up. Said the previous show dubbed him the best in college baseball based on last season. Would you say that Tony Vitello is undoubtedly the best baseball coach?
Yeah. Yeah, not just because of last season. I mean, the winning percentage over the last 5 seasons proved that. The recruiting proves that. If you're recruiting the best and you're winning the most, how's there a debate? That's why when they do the coaches top 10, top 25 in college football, no one's debating when they put Kirby Smart number 1. He's winning the most. He's recruiting the best. And he's done it for the last 5 years. Where's the debate?
So I would say he is in the conversation of the best. I feel like I'm not qualified enough to say absolutely. The question was undoubtedly because
in the last 5 years or like overall, because Tony hasn't been coaching that long.
Right. Well, here's an example. If LSU wins the national championship in a couple of months, I can't say that Tony is undoubtedly the best if Jay Johnson has 2 titles in 3 years.
Well, the question was asked May 19th. That question might get a different answer.
If we go WWE style, who has the belt? Tony's got the belt.
Right now. I mean, how can you put anybody over Tony right now? That's why I keep going back to. Last 5 years, right now, who would you put over him? If we were talking 3 years ago, then you could say someone else. Mm-hmm. But, right now, more wins than anybody else, recruiting better than anybody else. How can you put anyone over him right now? That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Tennessee can go back-to-back? No doubt.
Undoubtedly?
Undoubtedly.
Right.
Leave no doubt.
I think today it's Tony. But, hey, if Vanderbilt wins or if LSU wins, then, hey, maybe it's a different conversation.
Matthew, we appreciate the question. It's one we can pay attention to and revisit if needed over the next few weeks as well. We appreciate it. 865-656-9900 is right now. We hand out today's Attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
By the way, it'd be an attaboy to John in the YouTube chat from our last segment. We were talking about the downtrodden Maple Leafs. They've lost 7 straight Game 7s. John said, I picked Florida to win. Easiest wager I've ever made. Said because of the Maple Leafs Game 7 history. Just knew. Like Scotty's going to come through in golf. No, the Maple Leafs aren't in Game 7, John says. I did not know this was going to happen. We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day. Thanks to Native Design. NativeTN.com is the website. In 2022, when Mr. Irrelevant was being announced, Mr. Irrelevant is the last pick of the NFL draft.
Yep.
And Iowa State quarterback Brock Purdy's name was announced to the San Francisco 49ers. I did not know that here 3 years later, we would be talking about $265 million quarterback Brock Purdy, but that is his new contract, 5 years, $265 million on the extension. He will earn $53 million annually with the San Francisco 49ers.
Man, good for him, man. It still feels weird when you compare him to some of the other quarterbacks in his.
Hey, we can debate, should he get that amount? Should he get that contract? We can ask that question with most
the market says yes.
quarterbacks, but that's not Brock's problem. He got the deal, and he has obviously been a good player for them, and he has helped them succeed, and he will have higher expectations now than when he arrived in the league, obviously. But from Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, to a 5-year, $265 million extension.
I mean, the way the 49ers have been built, they're going to have to kind of restructure how they're built now, because they've paid a lot of money to a quarterback, and will they still have the same opportunities to win like they did before? And if Brock Purdy doesn't play at a high level, then he's going to get exposed for, hey man, being a quarterback on a team that was really, really good around the quarterback. Not saying that he wasn't good, but like, they're now different now. No different than the Eagles, when they decide to pay Hurts a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so like you got to continue to win the same way they did when you were on your rookie deal and they had so much money spread out around you. But good for him though, getting that bag.
No doubt.
More importantly, it's the trust. It's the trust of the franchise, a historical, great franchise.
Yeah, the question no longer lingers, because it had. Hey, what are they going to do here? They've made the decision. He gets the contract. They're going to move forward. He's the leader of the franchise. Brock Purdy, from Mr. Irrelevant to Mr. Paid. $265 million on that extension. He was making, this is a lot of money, but he was making $934,000 annually. He'll now make $53 million annually. Good for him. We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. Native Design is a great local company. For 20 years, they've transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. See how they can help your outdoor space. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com for Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialists. We'll come back with one segment to go, winners and losers from this past weekend. We'll look ahead to tomorrow and the rest of the week, coming up next right here on Josh and Swain.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning, life, and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. No application fee if you apply by May 30th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Is your dripping faucet driving you crazy? Is your toilet running a marathon after every flush? Then call the local plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today. We offer same-day service guaranteed for all your plumbing repair needs. And we've been voted Best Plumbing Company in Knoxville 7 years in a row. All plumbing systems and fixtures eventually deteriorate over time, leading to a host of problems. And with changing seasons, you may be experiencing plumbing issues, such as leaking pipes, water heater failure, clogged drains or toilets, and even sewer line backups. If you need immediate plumbing repair services, including emergencies or after-hours assistance, the expert plumbers at Pipe Wrench can help. No matter what the problem is, call us to schedule an appointment for a complete assessment so we can identify the issue, provide the best long-term solution, and quickly fix your plumbing, drain, or sewer system. We also offer free on-site estimates on replacements, plus free second opinions on repairs. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today.
With all the crazy weather we've had, parking lots, driveways, and roads really took a beating. My good friends at Bevco Paving can repave, patch, or seal your damaged asphalt at an affordable price. The team at Bevco has been paving the way to better driveways and parking lots for over 30 years. From your free estimate to the finished product, Bevco will hit a home run for you. Call Bevco Paving today, 983-6455. Mention UT Baseball and get 10% off your paving or sealing project. That's Bevco Paving, 983-6455.
I know there can be a lot of uncertainty involved in planning your financial life. Modern retirement strategies demand an approach that acknowledges the unpredictability of markets, increasing life expectancies, and the ever-changing economic system that surrounds personal finance. Hi, this is Jim Brogan, and at Brogan Financial, we serve our clients in helping them achieve their life goals for retirement and beyond. Visit us online at broganfinancial.com to learn more about how to take control of your financial future.
What if you could get a 365 days comfort guarantee to adjust the firmness or softness of your mattress? What if you could get a two-sided flippable mattress at factory direct pricing? What if it came with a warranty of up to 20 years? What if you could watch your mattress being handmade right here in the Knoxville factory? You can at Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory. Brothers Bedding understands what it means to be local, high quality, excellent service, and a name you can trust for over 85 years. BrothersBedding.com.
The big dog of heating and cooling is now looking for more techs to join the pack. Chancey & Reynolds is now hiring HVAC duct mechanics and technicians, providing a great benefits package, paid vacation and holidays. These are full-time positions for those who want a career, not just a job. Chancey & Reynolds, in business for more than 40 years, is a York Heating and Air specialty company. Apply in person at 614 Van Street or call 865-525-5076.
The big dog of heating and cooling. The big dog.
Get breaking fall news on your text. To sign up, text VOLS to 865-656-9900 right now.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Swain had a good time this afternoon. I think you enjoyed most of the show. Maybe some of the quarterback tier ranking
Not those
discussion
tier
you could have done without that.
They were kind of confusing.
David Hell put out his quarterback tiers for every FBS program today at ESPN.com. Headlined ranking all 136 FBS quarterback situations into tiers ahead of the 2025 season.
So are they like numbered to separate the tiers, or numbered because it's more like a ranking?
Well, the tiers are numbered with a title. Like tier 1 is top of the class, and then there's 1B.
Well, that means like it's a ranking.
In a way, yeah.
What do you mean in a way? That's what I'm saying. Like it's confusing.
Yeah. Trying to lighten the hit a little bit. Tennessee was in Tier 9.
Listen, I'm not sitting here and expecting Tennessee to get all this love about the quarterback situation. That's not ideal.
That's not how it's going to go.
Yeah, like it shouldn't go that way.
Yep.
Because no one was looking at Joey Aguilar at UCLA going, man, Deshaun Foster, man, he's poised for a big year 2. And, you know, this quarterback, Joey Aguilar, like no one knew who he was until this happened with Nico. And then you have 2 quarterbacks who are unproven behind him as far as experience. The depth chart should be equal, and it's going to be a quarterback competition. But, like, no one should be high on the Tennessee quarterback situation.
The top 5 quarterback situations, Clemson, LSU, Oklahoma, Penn State, South Carolina. Too early on Oklahoma. They have the transfer, John Mateer, who's getting a lot of offseason love. And, look, he was great last year. That is indisputable with what he did. He had a game, again, it's against lower competition. He also had less talent around him, but he went for 501 yards.
Are we going to be the underdog in that game? Like all the hype towards
I don't think
Oklahoma,
so.
it feels like we are going to be the underdog.
We'll know more about both teams by November 1st. Right. My total guess would be that Tennessee would be a favorite 3-4 points maybe at home against Oklahoma right now.
You know, every year, like they always pick that one team in the SEC. Like everyone's going to talk about Texas and everyone's going to talk about Georgia, but they pick that one team. Like, all right, no one's talking about this one. This is a team that's going to surprise people and have a big year. And it feels like Oklahoma is that team.
Yeah, maybe so. It's also a big pressure year on the head coach at Brent Venables. So there are storylines to go with it. Can they bounce back? New quarterback and offensive coordinator coming in, put up or shut up time.
Well, even if Brent Venables was not on the hot seat, it just feels like they're pumping this Oklahoma team up a ton.
They are. All right, before we close out the show, let's hit the power poll.
Captain, we're losing power in the warp engine.
Nuclear power pants.
What's up? I'm Kenny Powers.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I have the power!
With great power comes great responsibility.
Full power, Mr. Scott.
All righty, Swain, coming out of the weekend, we have our top winners, top losers from the weekend. Would you like to lead us off with your list?
Yeah, man, former Lady Vault guard Ray Burrell plays for the LA Sparks, and she's going to miss 6 to 8 weeks. She got hurt in the most recent WNBA game, so she's going to be losing some playing time for sure. So, also on the loser list, Tennessee baseball, another SEC series that did not go our way. The way the Celtics got blown out, the way the Nuggets got blown out in the Game 7. But winners include the Knicks, includes the Thunder. Also, the Vol softball team getting a regional win. Also, my guy, Scotty Scheffler with the PGA Championship win as well. And then one more, because I was watching this, Southeast Louisiana.
Yeah, how about them?
Beats LSU, 10th rated LSU, 2 times. Eliminates them from postseason in softball. So, I mean, I was watching that game. I was like, man, these uniforms are sorry. I'm not going to be a uniform snob. But Southeast Louisiana beats the team up the road from them in LSU, sends them home.
My winners from the weekend, number 5, a win for journalism on the horse track. Journalism with the win this past weekend. I have the Cubs, number 4. They sweep. They're at the top of their division. They sweep the White Sox, which is not...
That's not hard.
Yeah, but 27, 28, 19 now on the season. Impressive. And then other winners from the weekend. How about this? Jasmine Polini beat Coco Gauff in straight sets to become the first Italian to win the Italian Open in 40 years. 4 decades, Swain? You know what that would mean? That's a big deal. Number 2, Crystal Palace. Their first major trophy, beating Man City 1-0 in the FA Cup final.
Okay.
And then number 1, look at us. We get another pick right. Scotty Scheffler wins the PGA Championship. A Josh and Swain pick.
We did it. We did it, Josh. Good job.
You picked him on our show.
That's right. So it's ours.
It has to be. Losers in the weekend, Texas A&M softball knocked out before the Super Regional. Toronto Maple Leafs, we've already rubbed it in enough, but another Game 7, that's 7 straight losses. And then Jose Alvarado, closer for the Phillies, banned 80 games for PEDs.
He was still doing that?
Yeah.
I thought PEDs out of style. I guess not.
Like the shame at this point that must come.
Yeah, it is, man.
Not only of the using the PEDs part, because I think people are like, oh, whatever.
Also the
You get caught?
not Padres, but the Pirates. Come on, man. You can't be losing when Paul Skeens is your pitcher.
Right.
Couldn't even score a run.
Well, they've had a tough go to start the season.
You lost 1-0 with Paul Skeens on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, that's not good.
Swain, we tried our best. We'll try again tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
That's all we can do, man.
Joel Silverberg producing. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you and talk to you tomorrow at noon on Josh and Swain.